Test, test. Hello, hello. Okay, looks like we're coming through. Get started in just a second. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Thank you so much for everybody who's been a part of what seems to be a nearly complete journey through Clair Obscur Expedition 33. For those who don't know me, my name is John. I've been in the games industry for about 10 years as a game developer. I've worked on little indie projects, larger AAA projects, and I have been thoroughly inspired and impressed and reassured, I guess, by the existence of this game. The artistry is phenomenal. The gameplay is great. The story is amazing. These sorts of games only come along once in a very, very long while. So what started off as a stream that was focused mostly on, I guess, like analysis and game dev stories and stuff, spiraled a little bit out into just a casual playthrough of this game. As you can tell, I've really been taking my time with it, really enjoying it as I go. And I think we are nearing the game's completion. So obviously, I'm sure, but most people have played this game by now, but like massive spoilers ahead. We are in the end game. That being said, I apologize in advance if I wind up being a little, like my voice is a little harsh. I had a bad cough throughout the month of January. Really bad cold. Wasn't good. Probably COVID, not 100% sure. But that being said, I got my vaccines. I got, gone to see the doctor, and I am feeling much better. But as is customary, my throat is a little raspy and likely will be for the next little while. So sorry if I wind up coughing a bit. Try to keep it out of line of fire of the microphone. That being said, yeah, I'm just gonna jump right into it. We are doing the what is it called, the Endless Tower or whatnot tonight. We finished the trials last week, I think so, except for the final trial. After which we have the two like Omega bosses in the background to deal with as well. So my hope is that we can get through that in a relatively timely manner this evening. But these are, I think, some of the hardest bosses in the game, so it'll probably take a little while to settle in. That being said, I keep on saying that I'm going to do build optimization and all that off stream. This time I actually did a little bit. I discovered that Verso's ability, so I had been using Dualiso, which I think is still my favorite of his abilities, but the difference between Dualiso, like it's really good for my build, and I like the fact that it gives additional attack damage, and basically I was using it to kind of combo into this spam build where I would, just sort of delightfully machine gun away with my aimed shots, or whatever you call those, and then I would use follow-up to deliver massive damage at the end, and the base attacks would help me gain AP back, and generally worked pretty well. But then I realized that Tiraso has the ability to apply marks and to help with getting perfection and getting ranks very, very quickly. So I just did a little bit of testing, and I wind up getting to S rank way faster with Tiraso than I did with Dualiso. So the point initially of spamming the attacks was to climb the perfection rank as quickly as possible, and then be able to have access, obviously to the higher tier abilities, and then to stay that way. Follow-up was just sort of the icing on the cake, and it was nice to have that kind of spam long build up into the huge payload. That was a lot of fun. But if the goal is to just get to S rank and stay at S rank as quickly as possible, and for as long as possible, conversely, this seems to be more effective. I'm a little skeptical of the earth element. Well, it remains to be seen whether or not this will wind up being absorbed by a lot of enemies, but so far that hasn't been a huge issue, and I still do have Dualiso. I think the changes to my build overall will carry regardless. So I'm sorry for the eating noises. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Yeah, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna mess around with the build probably a little bit. My Ella is largely the same, but I kind of realized that fire is a huge part of her kit, and I really haven't been using fire all that much for her. So I'm gonna try to rely on fire a little bit more and see how far that gets us. No, we'll see. So, let's see. Already, I'm not starting off with my full complement of abilities. I changed things around a little bit, but I do want to see how well I can do with this. So let's start off with a virtuous into Stendhal and just see, or a virtuous stance Stendhal and see like how much that gives us. Okay, so that's 1,000,000 to start off with. I was thinking earlier tonight about just the how incredible the power differential is in this game. Comparing the... Wait, 1 second, I gotta focus here. That almost got me. Okay. You know, you start off and, like, doing a couple hundred damage is, pretty insane early on. And now, like, doing 1,000,000 damage is, like, considered, nah, I guess it's okay, right? There's a massive jump up in power that is, like, pretty striking and very cool to see. It kind of supports the narrative of, you know, Mael et al. Gradually getting access to powers that are, again, spoilers, but like kind of at the fundamental fabric of this world that they're in. So I'm definitely a big fan of that. Of just how the progression of the characters ties in directly to the world itself. And yeah, initially I thought it felt a little unbalanced, but we're dealing with essentially the gods of this universe, and we're becoming gods ourselves to take them down. I guess that is kind of a bit of a JRPG trope, but just because it's a trope doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? It's been very, very entertaining to see. I do want to talk a little bit about the game's philosophy in a minute, but I think I'm going to focus up a little bit. Earth damage, 5 hits, critical hits, generate additional refresher. Right, so I wanted to see if I take the same basic approach that I've been doing before and just start to spam out some of my marked or aimed shot attacks. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like, I got to perfection rank B with 1 hit there, as opposed to like the 20 that I would do that it would take me previously. And now I'm at A, and now I'm at S. Okay, so, and I've done like way more damage because the base damage of this weapon is also just higher. I'm getting AP back consistent. It just keeps climbing. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know what I did exactly, but I might have just broken Verso a little bit. Right, so let's see. I remember he has 2 turns and plenty of basic attacks. So extreme light damage to all enemies for 5. I could still do my follow-up, but let's keep going. Let's just see what happens if I go through like a full combo. Alright. So granted, some of that extra AP was just coming from like hitting the marked target for the first time over the course of the turn, right? But 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. So I thought for some silly reason I thought that my whatchamacallit, that the combo attacks maxed out at 3, but now I can actually get 4 in there because of respect. So let's see. And I think I can be cheesy with Steeled Strike and actually pull it off within 1 turn if I wait till next time. So what do we want to do here? Thinking. I don't even really need marking shot because of how many marks I'm applying with my base attacks. Let's just see how well this does. Like, if I go all the way through and keep on, like, I have to actually hit my shots. But if I keep on spamming these attacks and go for a follow-up, like, how much do I actually get? 3 and 2. And see, usually, even with all of my other attacks, I would usually only be at, whatchamacallit, at rank A by now with my previous build. So let's see. Follow-up. There it goes. Okay, not bad. I mean, it's not my L level, obviously, but I mean, nobody is going to be. No, that attack is extremely hard to read. That's cool, though. Oh my god. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, there we go. Nice. That I was not expecting that level of engagement, so to speak. in that attack. Okay, so I tweaked my build a little bit here as well. Applies mark. I think Chapelier Slash should apply mark to all enemies, which will tie in nicely with Verso's kit. Now, medium light damage applies powerless. We already got powerless going on. We could do slow. Yeah, let's try this. That's actually not terrible damage for Monoko at this point, given that I'm like specifically building him for support. Okay, there we go. So I probably should have given him a healing ability instead of this shit right here. But let's see. I'm kind of curious what happens if I do this. So Steeled Strike, I think, should trigger in one turn because I have cheating on. Not literal cheating, but the ability, the Picto cheating. Yeah, play immediately. Okay, that's pretty good, but I mean, like, I guess follow-up is just so OP. Oh my god, that's so hard to read. Audio cues are so important for landing those parries. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think I gave everybody Cleo's life. What do we got going on here? I think I just want to save my AP. So what happens if I just do this? I'm not sure what to do with him all the time when he's like his AP is down, so to speak. Dark damage, fails the target's break bar and breaks it. So I do want to try this and see how well this does. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Interesting that it looks like it only stunned the one on the left. That's kind of cool, actually. Alright, so let's see. Void damage to all enemies. I think I really... This is going to be cheesy, but I do kind of want to just like proceed with burn damage and see how much I can pull off. Oh, that's really cool, actually. I didn't realize that. Okay, so you can apply separate burn stacks to both characters. That actually makes perfect sense. I just hadn't thought about that before. I wonder how that's gonna tick. We'll see. Okay, so Monoko should definitely heal Verso on the next turn. Let's see. Okay. Well, hang on. Obviously, I want to extend his stun. Yeah, look at how much fucking AP I'm getting back from doing that. And I should make it to S after this. Yes, okay. Now he's still stunned, so I should be able to do Endbringer and take care of that. Endbringer with, yeah, the mark. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, that might be the second most damage that I've done in the game yet. Oh shit, okay. I gotta learn all of the attacks still, obviously. Little delays they put between the intervals are like really frustrating, but honestly, it feels like the difficulty is calibrated for the narrative of like we're fighting some of the primal forces in this universe. Okay. They're still slowed. Increases defenseless. Yeah, let's try that. But this is only... I should have replaced Tesca Crush with something that affects all enemies. I don't really need the increased damage from that. So, let's just do... Yeah. Verso's getting his ass kicked, so let's just try this for now. It doesn't take advantage of the, the green mask, whatever it's called, but still. Okay, so I think, yeah, Phoenix Flame... That actually, I think, should apply 40 burn, like 20 to each. So I'm going to skip the revive component, but... Yeah, okay, that's pretty fucking good. I'm in offensive, so I can keep doing this. Yeah, because I optimized the Pictos for burn damage. Still not as much as just like a straight up Stendhal, but okay, we'll live with it. Shit, I missed. The thing is, though, with this build, like every single hit has to count, so be very careful. That 4-hit combo is so fucking good. Okay, let's see. I think I'm just gonna go for. Well, let's see. Let's see what Phantom Stars does, because it is going to hit both of them at the same time, right? So, let's see how well this does. Okay. Not bad. Not terrible. I mean, not great. Like, fine. Okay. Oh god, the fake outs. Okay, alright. It was just embarrassing. I do wish the animations would stop when they kill you, because like it's just kind of humiliating to stand there and wait to be revived, or wait for them to stop styling on you or whatever. Okay. So, let's see. I guess I should have brought the Saka Patat Fire. That would have been helpful. But that being said, Heavy Mask gives 2 AP. I think let's do some buffs. Take advantage of the Heavy Mask to get some shit going. Okay. Wow, they are really difficult to read, their attacks. Oh shit, I remember this. This is awesome. I really need to get better at figuring out how to parry this. Okay, so I think I'm going to... Wow, they have like... Oh, I already broke them with Monaco's thing before, so no wonder they're at low break, I was going to say. I'll just keep doing this. Good, and now I can use Phoenix Flame. Excellent, okay. So yeah, a total of 121 burn on them is not bad. The question is, do I use... I think Verso should wind up getting some Pictos that activate on death, because he's so fucking squishy for whatever reason. 2,000... Okay, so it does the same amount of damage on either of them. So I'm just going to keep hitting this guy because it, like, his hitbox seems to be slightly bigger. So it seems like it's benefiting. It's like easier to consistently land the aim shots. Yeah, that combo is great. Yeah, let's see how much damage we can pull off with a follow-up combo. I wonder if there's an upper limit to the amount of aimed shots that count towards it. It's a little bit slower than before. I'm trying to be precise here. Okay. So far we've done like, what, 200,000 damage? Let's see. How much does this actually do in and of itself? Okay, yeah, that's still pretty robust. Okay, good, I got the last one so I can revive as long as I survive this. Okay, well, fucking poor Verso. One more. Nice, okay. I did notice that all of the rest of the crew kind of flexed and like got into a stance getting ready to parry. It's subtle, especially if you're focusing on the enemy. But it's nice. Sorry, I'm eating. It's nice that they give you that little cue. So I think I'm just gonna heal. No. I might not have given him Clair's life after all. I should fix that after this battle. Usually, come to think of it, that was probably very inefficient. I probably should have given them, just given them shields, and not wasted the healing tinctures. Not the end of the world or anything. But yeah, I think I'm torn about whether or not to like save up the oh my god, it just keeps going. To save up the fire damage for my L. I probably should keep that going because I don't want the stacks to decay. You know, we'll see. Yeah, and I love how it just keeps reapplying those stacks as well. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep following up with follow-up. I'm gonna find a sweet spot that I can use to get my spam. Let's see. No mark on this. It kind of sucks. That's still 500,000 damage. It's not bad. Yeah. 109 burn. That's got to be a new record. Well, it's like 170 actually if you combine both of those. All right, so let's see how much burning canvas does with this amount of burn applied. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. I'm not mad about that at all. Okay, I need to get better at parrying those. I do appreciate the audio cues, but yeah. Oh shit, I really need to. Did she just get 500, like 400k back? That sucks. Oh, it's not the end of the world though. I need to slow them down. They're having like too many turns compared to mine. 7, 8, 7. Okay, I got it at the end there. It was intense though. Okay, let's see. Yeah. I gotta slow these motherfuckers down. Okay. I think I'm still. This is a moment where I might actually lose the fight if I'm not careful, but I'm going to be risky and see if it pays off. Wow, I really have no AP. There we go. Yeah, just applying the mark and then immediately consuming it is super powerful. Okay. Okay, I just need to... This is just a singular one, so... Okay, there we go. Nice. Good damage on the counter, too. Is this going to be the same one as before? Okay, good. I get another chance to actually try to parry this shit. Wow, that is very difficult to read. Okay. Definitely want you back on your feet. And I think I'm just going to use him as a heal bot and just heal my L. Ah, no, I should have given her a shield. Fuck it. Yeah, Claire's life. Keep forgetting about that. Ugh. Okay. Gotta get used to the new build. That's okay. Keep that in mind for next turn. It would probably actually be more effective to just do my previous combo of like virtuous fentanyl or whatever, but I like kind of experimenting from time to time so it doesn't stagnate or whatever. Okay, it wasn't too bad. Let's see. Sabotage, Striker, Angel's Eyes, deals extreme physical damage. I think I want to save up for Mael. Yeah, this is so broken. I love it so much. Okay. Well, hang on a second. I could do this Aurel thing. No, I think I'll save it for Mael. I should try Gomage on her actually. It seems appropriate for the fight, like thematically as well. So let's try that. Okay, nice, because I had the mark. Definitely helped. What the fuck is a... Oh, I remember this one last time, yeah. I have no idea what to do to... Okay, well, apparently just die. Yeah. I still have the second chance or whatever it's called. for her, so that's good. Nice, should be an easy parry. Okay, not too much damage, but that's fine. Okay, so this time, actually, I could just break them. I'm gonna do that. Okay. That seems reasonable. And I have, yeah, okay, I have 9 AP. All right, so I think that Vexo has Clair's life. I think so. So I'm going to give him. Do I actually give him a shield? Yeah, let's. I want to test this out actually. So let's give him a shield. Okay, so he's got 2. Now, of course, I consumed my shit, so that sounded wrong. Consumed the gradient charge. Okay. Yeah, you know, Stendhal still might be better than the fire damage, but that's okay. It's still kind of fun to do that. Gives 2 to 4 AP. I guess I'll just do a basic attack. Oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to do Endbringer, huh? Oh well. Yeah, okay, that didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. Neither did that. Jesus. Okay, but we're getting close to the end here. Famous last words. I probably shouldn't talk, but I feel decently confident that we can wrap this up. Okay. Yeah, let's just go for the basic combo. A little boring, or a little stale, I suppose, but it's reliable, consistent. It's a good chunk of damage. Okay, this one might actually kick my ass. Damn it, a little too early on that. Okay, Monaco, you gotta hang in there, buddy. I shouldn't have said anything. I knew I shouldn't have fucking said anything. God damn it. Okay. I have pretty much zero confidence that the reserve team is going to be able to do anything. But I'll try just for fun. If nothing else, it's an attempt to, an opportunity to continue learning the abilities and all that. No, I haven't, like, optimized them at all. Okay. So let me make sure. Yeah, I failed. Okay, I understand. Let me make sure that Vessel actually has Claire's life. He doesn't. Okay. So I probably should, but what would I need to sacrifice to get there? Because attack and break. He has other things he can do to break. Let's get rid of that. Free aim and base attack damage is useful. I don't really want to get rid of those, although that would get me to 20, but I need 30. What else? I mean, if I sacrifice 1 extra hit, then that lets me get there comfortably. So, like, if I do this and this, then I can get some other stuff back. But I really do like having that 3rd hit. So let's see what else we can get rid of. 1 AP on base attack. Actually, probably don't need this because I don't really need this at all. I'm doing 4 attacks, and each of them already grant 1 AP, and then I have the ability that, like the Energy Master, which gives me another. So I'm getting a full AP, on a basic attack plus the regular one. So yeah, I don't really need that. So I need 3 more points. Gain 1 AP on free aim shot. That is useful for sustaining. Base attack plays powerless for 1 turn and defenseless. Those are both useful, all things considered. Recover 3%. Okay, this is not gonna be essential if I have Claire's life attached. So yeah, okay, that feels comfortable. Luminous. Oh, I was just saying this the other day, that it would be amazing if we could have like presets, and now they do. Holy shit. Sandfall, thank you so fucking much. This was like my one gripe with the Lumina system, was just not being able to save and recall them, especially since I'm so like my memory is like so terrible. So yeah, big shout out again to Sandfall for paying attention to the community. They're such a great dev. I'll say I do have Claire's Life and Cheater. Okay. And Anti-Blight from the actual Picto. Do I have? Yeah, Cheater. Wait, do I have the one that lets him come back to life? Cheater is the one that lets me play twice, right? Yeah. Let me add this to favorites. Can I filter just by favorites? Yeah, okay. So, Cheater, Claire's Life, Power Anti-Blight. What's the one that lets me come back to life, though? Oh, is it Energy Master? Let me put this on favorites, too. Greater Powerful Shell. That'll increase my buffs. Longer burn. I don't even know why. Oh, I have that from the Pito. Okay, that's fine, because that Pito has given me a lot of defense, so that's fine, too. Powerful Heal. Second chance. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, I wonder if it would make more sense for me to do, like... to try to, let's see, Greater Powerless. Because if I applied Greater Powerless and, what the hell was it? If I gave them all shared care, that would actually be kind of crazy in terms of team heals. Yeah, there's an argument, I think, to be made for increasing the damage that I do with, or, like, giving additional effects to my buffs, as opposed to just, like, coming back from the dead. But I don't know if it's really worth 40 Lumina points to just save myself a single revive tint. But I guess another way to think of it is it's not just a single revive tint, right? It's the revive tint plus the missed turn from the other character. So maybe I don't want to go that route. Yeah, okay. So that being said, I wanted to change something over here. Applies shell, also applies one shield with heavy mask. Defenseless, caster, balanced. Okay. I think I was gonna swap this out because it's not really doing anything. With Verso's shit. Physical damage, let's see, 4 burn per hit. So that's 8 burn or 16 with Agile Mask. That might actually be good for this particular fight, but let's see what else we got. We're getting ice damage. So slow and powerless. What else do we got here? I don't really need the mark. I don't really need the damage. I don't need the damage either. I already have a slow. Oh, right. I think I wasn't going to do this one because it was a single target attack. So let's see if we have anything else. Single target damage, ice damage for break, high physical damage, increased damage to mark enemies. What else do we have? Can break. Deals more damage against powers. Well, I don't need damage for him. Single target. All enemies applies powerful to self, applies powerful to allies. That's okay as well. But the powerful to self isn't necessarily helping much. So maybe this makes sense because I have one ability that will guarantee a shield and another which will guarantee a shell, so those can double up. And then I have, or I guess I could just do another blue. Creation Void. Let's see. Ice damage. Can get myself to Almighty, but I don't really need to do that. Can break. Powerless. Extra break damage. I remember that one being pretty good. Applies powerful, but I also have the random buffs. With 3 AP, I don't really need that. I guess I'll try the heal again because, yeah, having the regen and the heal is good. I just need to remember not to fucking do this when My L is in inverted because I kept killing her with that last time. And then finally, let's see. So Mezzo Forte I'm not really using. Like, I don't think I'm going to wind up using that. Rain of Fire. I don't wind up using that a lot either. What else do I have? Single target fire damage. Yeah. But I'm already using Burning Canvas, so I don't really need that. Sword Ballet. I think Stendhal is just going to applies defense. Yeah, exactly. So stream. I mean, I'll try to keep that just in case. But what else do we have? Gustav. Well, actually, now that what's his fuck is actually applying marks more consistently, maybe that would be more useful. And for you, I think low light damage. Do I have any more like? Okay, I was gonna say recovers 50% health dispels. Increased heal. Where's the other one from fire? This okay. So this does single target damage and heals. Okay, so I'm gonna try. I don't really need marking shots since I have marks coming out the wazoo anyway. So let's just try that and see how that goes. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Oh, hey, sorry. How's it going? I am glad to see you. I hope you are doing well. We are still on the last trial with the Painted Love. I took a little time before the stream to change my build a little bit, do a little optimization, and grinded out some Lumina. So this is my second attempt of the evening on these guys. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see. So far, I didn't feel it was. Oh, my voice cracked. So far, I didn't feel like it was too brutal or anything. It's just a matter of like learning the attacks and everything. I tried to switch her to more of a fire-based build, but we'll see if I actually stick with that. I'm doing a pretty terrible job of parrying tonight, as you can see. But yeah, how's the internship going? How's everything going on your end? I hope you've been having a good week. I just need to get much better at parrying things here. But let's see. You know, it occurs to me. Oh, so Gustav's Homage does actually let me switch to Virtuous. Okay, I should have just kept that around. That's the real like benefit of that attack. It's just getting into Virtuous without having to wait for yeah. Okay, because now I can do medium fire damage and applies burn, applies 2 more burn per hit. What's interesting to me is why is Rain of Fire sparkling right now, but Burning Canvas is not. Oh, maybe because 1 burn per hit damage. 2 hits, so that would be 6. That would be. Hang on a second. This is peculiar. Okay, that works. I think I'm gonna have to remember that one. Sorry, says pretty good, no complaints. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. You have a few, but I guess the more accurate thing to say is you won't complain. Well, you're welcome to. This is a complaint-free space, or complaint safe space or whatever. You're more than welcome to. I mean, I assume that any job or task or anything like that is going to have a certain amount of stresses associated with it. So if you feel the need to vent, feel free, but also, you know, no pressure, obviously. Let's see what happens though if I just do a follow-up like this. So already 1 million damage, but I don't have enough AP to really, well, okay, so here's, oh, wait a minute. When I was doing follow-up before, I assumed that this turn meant like, how do I explain? I assumed that it referred to like as long as I was controlling the character, but cheating the Picto gives me 2 turns, so I wonder if the follow-up shit doesn't actually account for the the free aim shots that I took in the previous turn. That, like, the previous granted turn. I might have been thinking about that the wrong way. If so, I shouldn't, like, store it up for 2 whole turns, essentially. Let's see how this does. Well, there's no mark now, so it's not going to be as much anyway. Yeah, okay. I think that's what's going on. I have to do a little bit more testing first. Okay, that one I'm getting a little bit better at predicting. Slightly. Oh, this I have no idea how to fucking deal with this yet, but we'll see. Okay. So let's see. I think... So, Maella is still inverted. She should be. I think. So, let's just do... This should give 1 shield and shell to everybody. Perfect, okay. And now, yeah, let's get slow going. As much as I'm eager to do more fire damage, I think slowing them down, giving myself some more turns would be more practical, honestly. Let's see. Alright, that one is starting to get a little bit more predictable. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I feel like I feel like I got those. I'm not sure why. Like it felt tangibly, like, to my fingers, like I had actually landed those attacks or landed those parries. So I'm misunderstanding something clearly. I wonder if I just do this, like how much... Okay, that's pretty good. But the thing is, if I do it on the first turn, I don't get the AP back from the basic attacks. So it's probably better, yeah, to do... Let's try this, though. Like, how much less does it do? Okay, like, that's definitely an issue. Okay, understood. Let's get some fire going. Obviously, I'm kind of wasting the revive, but that's okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm on green mask again. Yeah, so let's just go again with fortify, because we'll get another shield and shell. Yeah, that's actually pretty great. That's fucking great. I need to use that more. Aw, damn, okay. That fake out. They're so devious with their fake outs in the market holds. Okay. So, yeah, he has 2 turns now. So, I think I'm starting to understand better how to actually use these abilities. Oh my god, dude, look at that. I honestly feel like I just... it should be illegal. 2, 3, 4, all the AP back. Okay, and now this is another turn. So what if I just keep doing this? Okay. I mean, like, it should end with a mark as well. That's actually pretty fucking great in and of itself. And now I can just do this again. Okay. And I should, yeah, Clair's life triggers. Now I should just be able to do... Wait. Okay, so now I can try Gustav's Homage because he's got the mark. Let's see how well that does. It's still not all that much. I feel like it should be doing more than that. I don't know what I'm missing. Yeah, let's get this going. Nice. Get over 150 fucking burn. That's not bad. Okay, good parry there. That one at least is pretty consistent. This one I don't really know how to do with yet. Gotta remember that. One more? Yeah, there we go. Okay, at least I got the one that would affect the whole team. Sorry, says, 1 second, actually. I'm gonna actually finish my food, sorry. I saw your message. I will respond very soon, I promise. But for now, we get some of these attacks out. I love this stupid spam build. It's so much fun. Yeah, let's see how well this does now. Yeah, okay. I'm understanding better. Cool. Sorry says there's just a lot of noise in the space. Oh wait, sorry. I need to pay attention here. Your mentor is super cool. Love her and she tries to account for my hyperacusis, but she only do so much, unfortunately, so I end up overstimulated. God, that is so hard to parry. Yeah, that sucks. That's understandable. I'm glad that they're at least trying to be accommodating, but yeah, I'm guessing there's only so much they can do. That really sucks. Leads to a lot of meltdowns. Yeah, I can understand why that would be like, put a damper on the experience, to say the least. Do you have the ability? I'm sure you've already thought of this. Sorry, but like, is there a way that you can communicate like, hey, I just need to kind of step out and be in a quiet space for a little while, or is it the sort of thing where you like once you're there for the day, you kind of have to just like stay? You can't really get out of it. God, the fake outs are so brutal in this fight. Yeah, really, really difficult timing, but I wonder why Cleo's life didn't trigger there. That's weird. It's okay though. I probably should have put increased break on shots, free aim shots, since I'm using so many of them after all. Hang on a second. Can I put a mark on her as well? Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. I mean, he's still not my L level, obviously, but let's see. You have 2 shields and a play. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Fuck it. Honestly, no, that was stupid. I should have just gone with the basic shields, because like Cleo's life should trigger. I have to figure out how to use that with a little bit more finesse. I'm not doing a very good job with that. But that being said, I guess since I already have the shields, I can just apply slow and slow them down a little bit. That's something that I don't think I'm making good enough use of either. Greater slow. Okay, cool, yeah. That fake out. Okay. It could have been worse, could have been worse. Oh, hey, we got it. Sweet. Starting to click. Sorry says I tend to step out for a while and she will come out with me into the break room or something. Or if I'm really just out of it, she'll allow me to go home for the day, but we'll talk on cam afterwards. Oh, that's nice. So, I mean, does it feel a little bit, like it takes the edge off a little bit, that at least, your mentor is, like, not callous to your pain? I mean, I'm sure it doesn't make it any less difficult to actually suffer through, but, you know, having the sympathy at least, is that somebody who like understands instead of just blowing you off, maybe that helps a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you're going through a lot, right? You're in a new place with new people in a pretty you know, from what it sounds like, a very like all immersive situation. the very least would be nice if you had the how would I say, sympathy and accommodation to help you through all that. That was pretty good. Okay, so I think the fire seems to be doing a lot of work. Stanceless is not ideal, but let's see how well Sword Ballet does on him. Yeah, okay, so I mean, anytime I don't use Stendhal, I feel like, why didn't I just use Stendhal? Let's see. So they're slowed, and okay, so they have plenty of debuffs. Let's get some buffs going for us. Excellent. And now I think, yeah, now that I can just apply some more burn, that won't hurt. Nice, okay. That actually didn't do terrible damage either. Shit, I'm always a little too late on that one. So annoying. But in a sort of charming way, if that makes sense. Saria says, offer your... Oh yeah, for sure it helps. Okay, good. She's even come over. She's met the niece, nephew, your sister, your partner. She's had dinner with us. I genuinely don't think I'd be having a mentor so much. That's really wonderful. That's great. No, like, if you can find somebody who not only is, like, vested in your well-being, like your academic success, but also your well-being and development as a person. I think it's too often in academia that people forget that those two things are so intricately interwoven, and like sometimes the best thing you can really do to help support someone's academic advancement, which is your I guess you could say your primary obligation as an educator, is also to just like do what you can if to help care for their like mental well-being and their health. Obviously, like you have to be able to set boundaries, because you can't become like somebody's therapist or whatever, but at the same time, or like I don't know, like that probably sounded a little too callous, but like obviously it's important to establish like healthy boundaries and all that, but at the same time, you know, if you can be there for somebody when they need you and like help support them when they're in a difficult spot, that can only help give them the opportunity to have a leg up when it comes to the academics as well, if that makes any sense, right? It all kind of feeds into itself, and I definitely like was very lucky to have oh, that's weird. I guess let's just do that. Was very lucky to have a certain couple of professors who genuinely helped me when I needed it, and just by being there to listen and just by being accommodating or understanding it. I guess not to be vague about it, but like when my mom passed away, I was in my senior year of college, and I like really, you know, wanted to finish and wanted to do as best I could, and I did wind up finishing, but I wouldn't have been able to if not for the fact that like hang on, that some people on the like academic staff or whatever you call it were willing to be accommodating, right? Like without that, I couldn't have made it. And as we've talked about before, as I'm sure you would agree, how would you say, human kindness is sometimes at a little bit of a rarity these days, and just empathy and understanding is a little bit rare these days. So anytime somebody comes along and actually offers that to you, it's like, oh, there are still some good ones out there. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling. Obviously, like I can't project my experience onto yours, but I'm glad that you have somebody who's looking out for you. I'm really glad that your family are there with you as well, just in case, you know. That's very nice. And I wanted to let you know I haven't gotten through it all yet. I will leave a comment when I do, but I started watching your video on like the combined timeline video that you did for Zelda, the recent one on your channel. Really liking it so far, of course. Just so you know. And I'm gonna break them. Yeah, okay. I can tell, like, I already liked the other version, but the previous version that you've done, but like I can tell the shit. Sorry, I just needed to focus for a second. I can tell like the shit. I thought we were done. I can tell like the extra effort that you're putting in. Your voice sounds like confident, and it sounds like you're having fun with it. Your depth of knowledge is really impressive, genuinely. I also found that the what's the word for it? The editing quality, like the footage that you have in the background, like this is not a backhanded compliment. It genuinely just seems to have improved based on what I remember seeing before. Your videos were always good, but like your editing and your like eye candy, so to speak, is even better. So yeah, it's really cool to see. I hope you'll keep up with stuff. Obviously, I'm sure you have like limited time with everything you have going on, but yeah, it's really cool. Sorry I haven't actually gone through the whole thing yet. I promise I will. Probably tomorrow, actually. Okay. Oh, you know what? I might be able to end this with Gomage, which would be fucking cool. So let's just do this. Okay. That would be so cool if this ended the fight. Kills weak targets, otherwise just doing void damage one hit. Let's try that. Nice. Ah, it's so satisfying. Sorry, I said you were very upset after uploading it because you realized you said the outro twice. Oh, you should be able to. If you go into the YouTube like creator studio editor thing, whatever, you can trim out the end and add a fade out, I think, or you can like cut out a part of the video without having to re-upload it. I mean, it will go through and reprocess it, but I think it will still retain your views and everything like that. So you might be able to do it that way. Have you tried that? Okay. Uh, Please tell me that was the last trial. Okay, yeah, it was the last one. Cool. That was actually, I felt very reasonable. It wasn't as exhilarating as like finally finishing the Lap Master, although I know we have another one coming up. But it felt very balanced. It was a nice, calm fight, weirdly enough. Really enjoyed that. It felt very like hard hitting while also being fair. And it feels like both my party and the enemies are kind of overpowered, and their overpoweredness is clashing very satisfactorily. YouTube, we allow our creators to edit their videos if they need to cut something out, pause for applause, but only if they have a certain number of... oh, for fuck's sake, really? That sucks. I was able to do it with my live, I guess, with my lives a few times. I guess they have different like standards for that than uploaded videos. That really sucks. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. It was fun. Okay. Gave her not the edge she needed, otherwise she would have overpowered him long ago. She is, after all, the stronger painter. And there's a difference between helping and getting sucked in. Yeah. This is not your battle, don't let their mess become yours. Aline would rather lose herself in make-believe than face reality. It's a drug she's unwilling to resist. Don't make the same mistake. And Renoir, he's terrified of losing more family. And his response is to try to bend everyone to his will. Don't let his fear end up controlling you. That's decent advice, although if I want to I feel like if I want to become involved, that's also my choice. It's not like if I choose to help someone in an act of altruism, so to speak, I am also myself doing something that satisfies like my internal desire to help. You know, not that that diminishes the help that I'm giving, but I feel like this fading woman, whoever she might be, is maybe not respecting Mael's own decision making. Yeah, like maybe she is making her own choices, and those choices are actually leading her to becoming involved in the conflict. Make it try since I saw you last. Don't go backwards. Take this. A reminder that you, well, yeah, if I control my life, then like, don't try to push me around. Basically, if you're not having fun, do something else. What is this that she gave me? Let's see. I think I got a new. Yeah, let's see. That's pretty cool. Oh, pure. It looks weird. Yeah, these all. I don't know why, but like, there's only a few that actually really work for me. Maybe we're going. No, I think let's go with painted me. That works. But weird, weird. Oh, cool. Let's try that. It looks pretty cool. Okay. Nice. You're still gonna hang out there? Sarah says, I know, right? I literally went into YouTube Studios a day, uploaded, and I was like, you don't qualify. What do you mean I don't qualify? How many more subs do you need? Because, like, maybe we could find some people to just, like, make dummy accounts and then subs so that you can make the edit. And no, maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. It sucks. That's so frustrating that they don't, like, the feature is there. They could just, like, let you use it, right? There's no reason not to. This is, I heard that this is like one of the hardest fights in the game, right? So we might be here for a second. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. I don't know, man. Okay. Okay. All right. Sure. Why not? I don't need to. I don't need to see the attacks anyway. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is brutal. Okay, I'm gonna need to actually put my glasses on for this one. Would you guys stop? I died like 3 years ago. Stop it. Just leave me alone. Damn. A sneaky combo. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, alright. Come on. Like, you already fucking got me. Chill, bro. Okay. Well... I don't know if I'm ready for this. But I don't know what like where else to go to grind or whatever. Okay. It's just, oh wait, no, I should probably just, let's see. Skills and go with aberration, yeah. So this really is just gonna come down to like, can I memorize like 20 hit combos? Okay. Like I have to be able to parry all of this. That's like more like a 30 hit combo, feels like. Okay, Jesus, guys, chill. I don't know if I can do this. I mean, I think I'm not gonna waste my time on revives right now. I think I'm just going to, like, practice parrying. That did, like, nothing. Do they have, like, weak spots that I can exploit? Hang on. What about the little orbs over here? No, I think it's just gonna be a straight out fight. I mean, like, I'm basically just tickling them. 350,000, like, barely move the dial at all. Oh boy, okay. Stormblood and Duo. But it looks like so far, they only have 3 attacks, really. It's a really cool boss design. But also, like, that attack there, like, I literally can't see anything. It just splash crap all over the screen. Okay, so I'm gonna give this, say, 20 minutes. I'm gonna try for the next 20 minutes to see if I can get through this, and if not, I'm gonna try the other boss fight, and then if I feel like I'm getting stuck, I might just go, like, do the final stuff and then come back to this as, like, bonus content later. But let me know what you think, Saria, because I don't want to, like, wind up cheating you the opportunity to see me for, like, struggle against this, if that's what you want. Okay, so it seems like the one on the right is taking more damage, in which case, let's just do this. Okay. I mean, that's not extremely reassuring, but okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, jump, jump, hit. Okay. Oh my god, that's so many. At least the burn does something. Okay. Like, I can barely tell what's happening. Okay. Well, I somehow managed to parry some of those attacks. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sure. That's reasonable. Okay. I mean, and like, I have barely tickled them also. Fuck. Okay. Monaco's next. Yeah, that did like nothing. Oh my fucking god. This is just gonna be like a parry memorization game, isn't it? Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see what I can do here. I think slowing them down is gonna help. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Okay, so now up. That big one that attacks the whole team. Okay, an impressive combo. 1, up, do, and jump. Okay. Now big fire one. Now another big fire one. Yep. Okay, from above. That one's not too bad. That one's not too bad. And there, so you know what I should do is, oh no, I do. I was gonna say I should put on the ability that gives him like fire on aim shots, but it looks like he does actually have that active. It's just not doing all that much yet. Do I want to resurrect Mael? I think so. Yeah, I think I want to get her back in the mix as soon as possible, so just do this. Not really very effective. Okay. Yep, there we go. I wish there was a peak though that would give you like an extra 5%, like, or 10% fucking parry window. Just anything. Like, come on. And just, please, like, Sandfall, can you put in a patch that, like, skips the animation so I don't have to watch this every single time? It's a little annoying. You just want to point something out because you're not sure if I noticed. So like the fading man, the fading woman, the fading boy, if you remember, a fragment of your soul stays in the canvas. That fragment stays there once you paint it. It sort of keeps the things you created in the world there, so to speak. Mael doesn't like to paint, so she hasn't created anything original into the canvas, so there's no fading version of her. But the fading people work as like a snapshot. That piece of your soul, when it created what it did in the canvas, is saved in the canvas. So that's kind of cool. So it's like a fragment, like a projection of who you were in a certain moment in time. You think it's cool that because Mael doesn't like to paint and hasn't created anything, only restored things, Ciel and Lune, she doesn't have a fading person. That's actually a really cool detail, dude. I love all the little details like that in this story. Genuinely. I feel like I still haven't fully appreciated just like how much ingeniousness there is. Yeah, I feel like somehow I feel like I'm way under leveled for this. I don't really know where to go to fix that though at this point in the story. Maybe it's just gonna be like a battle of attrition. Okay. Yeah. I understand. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say right off the bat, especially after like a day of staring at my computer at work, I don't know if I have like, if my eyes can handle doing this right now, which is like kind of lame, I guess. But well, I'm doing okay. Maybe I could try it a little bit. It was very discouraging. It's like I'm doing no fucking damage to them. One second, let me try this. Okay. Let's see how well this does. There's got to be a trick to it. I just... Yeah, like that did fucking nothing. Okay, that was like decent. Is it so? I'm guessing like. Hang on a second. I'm guessing if I like perfect parry one of their combos, it'll do like massive damage or nerf them or something. I actually just tried to like fucking close my eyes and use the audio cues alone because the visuals are so fucking intense, bro. Okay, I'll try one more time. I mean, like, this is probably one that I'm gonna want to have to practice off stream because like otherwise I'm just gonna be here for like the next 4 hours trying this. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe I just need to save up for Monaco's break and then try to see if that does anything. Okay, that... I was about to say, that wasn't too bad. I'm starting to get the rhythm of it a little bit. Well, I say that. Oh my god. Come on. You've made your fucking point. Spit on my grave, why don't you? Oh my god, bro, chill. I feel like I'm getting 1% better every round, but I mean, that's a long way off. Yeah, this is bogus, dude. But I guess it makes sense that you would want to have like one completely ridiculous challenge at the very end to really push you to your limits, right? Like, this is basically the Consort Radon of this game. That is really fun. That's never gonna get old. Saria says, yes, that's exactly why the Fading Boy Verso is a child. Oh, that makes so much sense. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Because that's when he created the canvas when he was small. It's why he begs you to stop the Lampmaster so he can stop giving him nightmares. It's why he begs you to stop Alino Noir from fighting because they're destroying the world he made. That makes perfect sense. That all kind of helps everything tie in together. Thank you. Okay. I wonder if that is actually void damage. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just keep stacking this. Okay, come on, dude. I need Monaco to stay alive because I need to try the break thing. Oh, I thought it was going to be the impressive combo, not the sneaky combo. I mean, it literally is like Consort Radon with all the fucking, like, mirror images and shit coming in. Somehow I feel like I'm getting a little bit better. Well, I need to just stop like saying words on stream. Okay. I want to try a couple more times. Oh wait, shit, no. Damn it. I have to watch the fucking animations again. Wait, okay. There we go. Yes. I'm aware. Please stop mocking me. I'm sure the Lampmaster is going to be no easier. Okay. That confirms something. asshole. You guys, they're so mean, dude. I feel like if I can just get a fucking like counter off, that must like do a lot of break damage or something, right? There's got to be some kind of a fucking reprieve at the end of this. This is the most elaborate and beautiful fuck you imaginable. This is like, if you've ever played Lisa the Painful RPG, that mountain that you have to, or like that like giant like rock structure that you have to climb all the way up, and it takes like a full 5 minutes of your life with this dramatic music playing, and then you get to the top of it and it's just like a middle finger, and you try to jump down, or it says you don't want to do that, and you have to, like every other fucking cliff in the game, you can jump off, but not that one. You have to like walk down again, taking all that time. That's exactly what it feels like. Except that turned into like a boss battle that's probably gonna take up 10 hours of my life. I kind of admire it, honestly. Saria says, I believe everything in this canvas even has a soul. Even Aline's paintings, everything is welcome. He didn't care that Aline was there until Renard came in threatening to nuke everything. Which, by the way, can we talk about how insane that is? Come out and grieve with me so we can grieve the right way. There's no right way to grieve. Then I'll kick your ass, wife. God, bitch. Yeah. I think we're supposed to sympathize with him to an extent, right? And the extent is that, like, we talked about this last time, I think, where it's like, you know, 1 second. The put upon man who has to like make the hard choices and do what's right for his family, and like you can never understand, you'll never understand the burden of being a father or whatever. Like I'm not gonna listen to you because I have to keep stoic and I can't like let my emotions show, blah 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 blah, right? So like all that stuff that winds up being like semi-relatable but also extremely toxic when not, you know, done the right way. And the not doing it the right way is like not listening to your family, not respecting their autonomy and consent and all that stuff. Okay, so okay, good. So now I can actually try the break thing, and if that gets me anywhere, then I'll continue, and if not, like, I don't think I'm gonna have fun like staying here for hours and hours, so I'm gonna go try the Landmaster. Oh, cool. Great. Do they not like take break damage? So I do actually think this boss would be fun to learn. But like yeah, like it is fun. It's just like, so like I've been staring at a screen for like 10 hours already at work, and my eyes are pretty bleary and tired, and like trying to track all of this stuff is pretty challenging. I think this is the sort of thing where like I'd want to come back and do this fight like on a Sunday where I like take a break from screens, or what the fuck? Oh, that's cool. I put the camera like under the ink. Where I'd want to like come back and do this, you know, with fresh eyes and just kind of chill and really like study the attacks. So obviously, like, I'm not gonna throw, but I think if I lose this, I'm gonna go check out the Lampmaster, and then I'm probably gonna go to the end, because like, yeah, I don't want to like miss the content, but also this is I don't think I'm really gonna have fun trying to muscle through this right now. I'd rather like practice it off stream and then show you my reaction to finally beating it once I got the attacks down a little bit better. Yeah, like this is not this is not super fun, but it will be once I'm in like a better, like healthier, brain face state. So yeah, I think I am gonna just let this finish, and I'm gonna go check out the Lamp Master. I have to say, like, obviously it's like a very well implemented, designed, etc. boss fight. Like from a purely artistic standpoint, it's incredibly impressive. It's very beautiful. I love the way that they've taken the dualist as an archetype and continue to like evolve and progress it over time. That's genuinely really fucking cool. I remember the duelist being, I think it only took us like an hour or so to, oh shit, damn it, I'm sorry, press the wrong button. Only took us like an hour or so to kind of get through it. But I remember feeling like it was extremely challenging to begin with, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna possibly manage this. But then it like started to become clear, and I started to be able to read the attacks and stuff like that, and then it all kind of clicked. And I'm feeling like this is a similar thing here, where like obviously there's a lot going on, but it's starting to make sense. It's almost like trying to learn a guitar song, and if there's like a really fast part, when you listen to it for the first time, everything is just like kind of a blur in your head. But then once you start breaking it down, the individual parts start to make more and more sense, and then you can kind of piece it together. So I think I'm gonna have to treat this the same way, right? Like I'm gonna have to really take my time with it, kind of go slow, and study it, so to speak. But I don't think I'm in the right like headspace to do that right now. You said you're just so sad about Alicia. Wait 1 second. I should probably pay attention. Okay. Maël knew better than anyone how it felt to be Alicia Descendre, how it felt to have your voice unheard, and how it felt to have your agency constantly denied. It's just as A Life to Dream, which plays during their little conversation, says, our cries answer each other, echoing across the worlds. You know, I would really love to know. I mean, part of me feels like maybe I shouldn't know, but there's a part of me that like really genuinely wants to know what the story was for the developers that made this game, if that makes sense. Because I feel like a story that's this deeply emotional doesn't just come from nowhere, you know what I mean? Like, why did they, this is not a rhetorical question, I genuinely want to know, like, why did they find this particular story so compelling? Like, what were their inspirations? Like, what about their soul did they feel the need to kind of get out there and share with the world, if that makes sense, you know? Oh my god, dude. Okay. I was starting to feel a little bit more optimistic because I actually did like a tiny bit of damage to it. Alright. Yeah, no, I'm good. That is... I'm just gonna sit for a minute. Okay, great. Can I actually fucking attack the lamps themselves? They're like moving around in the background. That doesn't do anything. Oh, okay, it does do something. Okay. Maybe I just need to... Is the Shadow Man? Oh, I never saw its face before. That's cool. Okay. So now do I shoot? What do I do? You failed the lamp trial. Okay. I don't know why, but alright. Knowing that there is a lamp trial at all is good. Okay, great. We're already in darkness, you asshole. Okay. Is his staff one of the lamps? Yes. The lamp emits a green glow. Okay, I didn't see the other ones. Yeah, like, obviously. I'm not getting AP back. Wonderful. Oh, he's flying, so he's gonna dodge my... Okay. Well, at least this one has, like, a gimmick that I could potentially learn. That's reassuring. Okay, that I can potentially learn to parry. Let's see. Up, left, left, up, up. Okay, I don't fucking know what to deal with this. No. I don't think I can do this tonight. I'll practice off stream. I don't... Yeah, this is a lot. Saria says, Mael knew better than anyone how it felt. Oh, yeah. It's just as a life... Oh, yeah, you said that. Girl lost her entire family, barring Verso, who is completely responsible on top of having just shown he didn't care about her. He not only ignored her wishes, but his original plan would have seen her dead if went as he hoped. Something Mael spells out while Verso bitches about her not giving him a chance to convince Alicia not to despawn herself. Yeah, like, dude, you gotta get a reality check. I understand that he's meant to be sympathetic, but, like, also, yeah. Verso's so lucky because if I were Mael, I'd be like, oh, you can't die, I'm torturing you, I'm beating your ass. Can he, like, literally not die? Can she not just go mash him if she wants to? Or because it's, like, his painting, he's, like, an indelible part of it. So I obviously, like, I want to see what's beyond here. So I think, like, yeah, I'll just need to save these fights for, if I do them on stream, for after I've practiced a little bit, and or, you know, when my eyes aren't so fucking bleary. Ooh, interesting. That looks kind of like Esquier. That's interesting. Who the fuck is that? Yeah, I don't want to skip this stuff. Oh, okay. Great. Oh, okay, sure. What is she tying herself to? Oh, that's Monaco's lamp. Well, can I put some fire on her at least? Well, I get the burn in there. That's good. Literally invulnerable. Okay. Okay, come on, man. I don't know how they expected anybody to do this without being like so parrying is not optional for this. You have to parry. I can't imagine any way to beat this without parrying. Oh, he can die. She can go mash him, but she doesn't because she's nice and is a sweetie pie. She can kill him for sure, but as he is currently, he's immortal. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Only a painter can take away his immortality. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Like, this game has given me so much. I feel bad griping about it. But even if my eyes were, like, totally clear, if I was totally refreshed, I mean, like, this is a lot to visually keep track of. There's a lot to memorize here. The opponent has a lot of turns, and the frame rate keeps dipping, and the slowdown and the holding, like the Margit holds are just like I want to do this to actually complete the game, but at the same time, I personally I'm not interested in beating my head up against a wall for hours to learn that. So I'm gonna have to come back to this later. Sorry, I hope that's not too disappointing. I'm just yeah. I know I can do it eventually, but if I try to force myself to do it now, I'm probably not gonna have fun. And I don't want to sour an otherwise wonderful experience. So this will be and you said that the DLC, like the free island or whatever, is even harder than anything in the base game. It's even harder than that. That's crazy. Um so yeah, I'll come back to this later. Um I will. I want to finish it, but also that's like it's killing me. So that being said, though, I think that's like the last thing we had to do besides going back to Lumiere, right? Um, so I think I'm gonna go and start the end game, and then if there's anything else you want me to check out real quick, I'm gonna just fly around idly. If there's anything you want me to see, anything that I've missed, you're more than welcome to say so. Otherwise, I'm going to fly gently and in no particular hurry, vaguely in the direction of what I believe to be the end game. Oh, also there's a glowy. I'm gonna go check out the glowing thing. Oh, hey, Mr. Narrative, how's it going? Hope you're having a good night. Not much going on over here. We are enjoying some more Clair Obscur. I think I was trying to do this. This is a like very late game content, end game content. I was gonna do like the sort of challenge boss gauntlet, and I do want to finish it, but I've been working in front of my computer all day, and my eyes are kind of bleary, and I'm not like able to really like I'm getting old. Like I can't track the images on screen as well as I used to in my youth. Oh, it's your birthday? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Happy birthday. Yes, 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 yes. I have a terrible memory. I'm so sorry. Happy birthday. I hope that you're doing something fun. Did you wind up getting together with your family? Did you wind up like taking the time and doing something nice for yourself? I hope you did. Um, thank you, Saria, for helping me remember. Yeah, my as you can tell, my memory's pretty shot these days. How are you doing? What's new? Are you having fun? Did you do anything cool? Love to hear about what's going on your side of things. Um, yeah, like so I do want to. Yeah, that must be like the DLC and Island. I do want to definitely like go back and try that, but I like I'm not making any progress. I don't want to just like beat my head up against the wall all night. So we'll come back, and I think this might be the end for now. Maybe I'll boost the volume a little. Test, test. Okay, looks okay.
Attends-nous ici. C'est dangereux pour toi, près de papa.
Zaria said Esque mon ami, but it didn't show up in YouTube chat. It only showed up in StreamerBot chat. YouTube didn't like you celebrating Esque for some reason. It's really weird. She is pretty amazing. I can see why you like her. Oh. Oh, nice. Very cool. I love this shit.
Demain viendra.
That's such a cool pose. Oh my god. It almost looked like the sword was coming out of the screen to poke me. It was really cool. So are those I guess you don't really have to answer, but I'm curious if those things that she summoned are new whoa, newly created warriors, or if they're like meant to be restored real people. Well, that answers that. Okay. Were those the statues that she just brought to life? Oh no, they're still back there. Oh, this is the song they played at the Game Awards, right? Nice. Yeah, fucking cinema. She's summoning the deck expeditioners. Tomorrow comes. Okay, cool. So that does answer it. Cool. Fucking great. I just noticed that this is so nitpicky, but I just noticed that on the one hand, the boat has the name Le Coquelin on it, or Coquelin. But I think all the boats have the same name. This one has it there too. Oh no, that one has a different one. Le Bourses or something. That's cool. I wonder if that was like a DLC bonus you could name a boat or something. Yeah, I love seeing that flying through the sky. That's so cool. This must have taken like a lot of work to optimize and get working properly, especially with the lighting like this. Whoa, nice. I'm gonna take my time and explore a little. I know. Oh wait, yeah, there is a thing over here. Glad I looked. Set. Well, at this point I have over 1 million chroma and I have no idea where to spend it, so... I'm surprised that they would give us that this late in the game. Is there gonna be like another shop hidden somewhere in this fracas? Fracas? How you pronounce that? When she gets the chroma from Rimrar, she can revive them completely. Oh, okay, that makes sense, yeah. I wonder how underleveled I actually am. Yeah, I had a feeling that I was simultaneously over and underleveled. Hopefully I didn't like trivialize the encounters here. Those animations are super slick too. And they're actually it's not just like a looping. Oh, no, maybe it is. That's okay. I like that it looks like they're fighting like genuinely like an expeditioner would, right? With the parries and jumps and stuff, right? It's not just like some canned bullshit. It's clearly made in a way that's sensitive. Yeah, like they're doing this the attacks and the jumps and the parries and everything. That's so cool. See, even the little things like that, like it's the end game, like nobody would blame them, like Sandfall at all, for being like whatever, just like dump you into the final boss arena or whatever. But no, they're still like looking for opportunities to make things awesome and succeeding. Yeah, I kind of figured. I feel like I should. It'd be kind of hilarious if we had like a rematch with the mime and he's just like gone fucking turbo Clair Obscur mode. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect to get a whole lot of resistance from these lads. But that fucking, yeah, absolute fucking cinema. The, I don't know what to even call it, but that run with the violin, like going back and forth, like back and forth is so fucking cool. It's come up in a boss theme before, I remember. It's pretty exhausting to do that for a long time too. Like a live performance of this would be grueling. Hi friends. Okay, let's go. Alright, let's see. Phantom Strike. Nice. Anything else I want to check out here? And I really do. I am a sucker for stories that like have you coming around again to where you were before you started or whatever. Like spoilers for Elden Ring, but well, let's do Bloodborne instead. Like there's a point in Bloodborne where you can return to like an earlier version of the Hunter's Workshop. Same thing in Elden Ring. You can go to like a different version of the it's so beautiful. Of the look at the shadows, man. It's fucking cool. Of the Round Table Hold, like in the big city, that the name of which I am Lanedale. And I love that. I love returning to the same place, like with the new view. I do hope we get to fight another one of those things. They're really cool. Sounds like they're firing off shots from like aimed shots. Sorry.
Sympa.
Energizing, powerful. Give 2 AP. Oh. Huh. Hi. You're beautiful and terrifying. That was a cool moment. I wonder if that was like a scripted one-off thing, or if it like loops around the area. Either way, that was really cool. Very beautiful. The fucking creature designers in this game, like, there should be an award. I almost feel like we should create an award specifically for like innovation in monster/creature design, just to give these folks like extra recognition. I mean, everybody on this project knocked it out of the park, but some of these creature designs are just like, I want that thing on my like, I want a model of that. I would pay good money to have a model of that fucking thing like on my desk, you know what I mean? Or fuck that, above the mantelpiece. First I need a mantelpiece, I suppose. Not even sure that I know what a mantelpiece is. I know what a mantle is. Anyway. Damn, okay. Chill, relax. Oh, the music. Gonna get some new enemy types as well. Oh, beautiful. That's so cool. Hi. Fucking creepy too. Oh, did he like corrupt the expeditioner or something? Yeah, those look like older expeditioners, I would guess. Okay. I'm curious to see what this weapon is. Where are you? Liteso? Liteso. Base attack consumes all shields. Okay. There's a whole... That's Gustav. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, then that was Sophie on the right. That makes sense.
Appréciable.
Yeah, and especially with this location as well. What? Okay, okay. That is curious. I know that Sophie... I thought Sophie wound up... Well, I thought maybe, but I wasn't sure, Sario. So I didn't want to jump to a conclusion. Oh, that must just mean that Sophie did the sculpture, right? Like, I thought Sophie, her essence or whatever, might have gotten, like, repurposed into the Gooblo or whatever its name was. I kind of felt bad. Oh, wait, never mind, actually. It was Emma. I don't think I know who Emma... Oh, his sister.
Super.
Emma was his sister. Yeah, okay. Sometimes it shows me the names of the characters here. I guess it doesn't. I feel like this is one of those games as well where, like, playing it on a subsequent playthrough, I'll pick up on so many yeah, no, I remember him. I remember her. I didn't remember what she looked like. It's literally been like 6 months, so there's gonna be a lot of details that I don't recall. I remember I remember that scene very well, but I didn't remember her name. But yeah, I think I need to replay this as well on my own with a different build and just like paying more attention to the story, because like a lot of the story, you know, we got in little bits and pieces, and it got stretched out over literally like 6 months now, which is not a complaint, you know. Like, I've been loving this, and I love the fact that we've been enjoying it very gradually and savoring it, but also, like, I don't have a great memory to begin with, and like, so a lot of the story things, I think I'm just gonna need to refresh.
Oui.
my memory on to really have them sink in. Oh, sorry, wrong way. Oh, hi, friend. I remember you. Her paintings are always astonishing. Yet I wish you would understand just what it means for me to paint. Oh. She's like the one who told Gustav we are her guardians, not her jailers, which is like peak parenting. Mael has a top tier family in the canvas plus Versa. Yeah, no, fuck Versa. Yep, no. He's not getting off the hook. Look, I will say this. You revoke the brother card. No more brother points for you. I will say this. The love of a dog is more redemptive than anything. If you can get a dog to show that you're good, then I think that overrides most human judgment. So the fact that Monoko is such a good boy and he is willing to apparently still hold affection for Verso means that, like, we have to acknowledge that there's some good in Verso, because otherwise we're saying, like, no, Monoko, like, you, despite being the goodest and sweetest and fluffiest of boys in this whole story, like, we're disregarding your input, and that seems like unkind to Monoko. So for Monoko's sake, we have to have a little bit of faith in Verso, even if he's a piece of shit. Because he's Monaco's piece of shit, you know? I kind of feel bad that I'm just, like, blasting through all these enemies, but, you know. Oh, SK and Monaco have to make Verso happy. But don't you think that, like, this is a non-rhetorical question, don't you think that they have their own sentience, and that they... Whoa, hello. That, like... Is it not possible for Verso to hypothetically do something that would, like, permanently piss Monaco off? Or is he, like... Does he not have free will in that regard? Genuinely asking. Because it feels like they're their own people, even though they were, like, initially set up with a certain programming, that they still have their own, like, free will on top of that. Sampa. Hello, you terrifying looking thing, you. Ooh, beautiful. The string of flags is so fucking good too. Alright, you gonna be a challenge? Oh, his face is so fucking terrifying. Does Echassier, doesn't that mean, like, hunter? I probably should have done that. Okay, well, I mean, it's probably not gonna last too long. Ooh, the piano reverb is so good. So atmospheric. Sorry, says, oh yeah, I don't. I think they're programmed, but they love Verso so much, even if he isn't the real one, because SK is his imaginary friend, and Monaco was his puppy. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. 75% increased counterattack damage. So that's probably what I'm going to have to do, right? Is I'm going to have to level that up, and then basically the fight against the Dualisos, or the I forget what they're called, the double gladiator things that I was just fighting previously. The duelists, right? Like, it's just going to come down to getting perfect parries and, like, doing massive counterattack damage. I'm guessing that's how they balance that fight, right? There has to be some kind of counterbalance. Like, the Lamp Master has its own, like, the lamp game that you can play. There's got to be something there, right? But yeah, it's just not fun if, like, I'm not making any headway and just getting my ass kicked over and over again. Sorry says, also I think it works that you're blasting through them, considering at this point Mael has a weekend as a paintress and is by far the strongest. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it's like kind of feeding into that power fantasy again of, like, you have become the god of the world.
Sympa.
Although it's like, it is kind of weird that that wouldn't apply everywhere. I guess, like, Claire would still have such a strong influence, but We'll see. I could be convinced otherwise. Oh, what's this? Ooh, a little journal. I never managed to get the unstable Picto fixed or looked at or whatever.
William, expédition 60. Ils se sont bien moqués de nous quand nous avons affirmé que le corps humain était le plus fort de tous.
Ouais.
Mais nous nous sommes entraînés encore et encore, jusqu'à atteindre une condition physique optimale pour des humains.
Oh no.
Ce qui nous permet d'écraser nos ennemis. Nous sommes tellement plus agiles et rapides sans cet uniforme lourd dans lequel nos muscles fabuleux étaient engoncés. Et grâce à l'incroyable programme d'entraînement de Leslie, nous sommes invincibles. C'est pour ça que nous avons réussi à traverser la barrière de gommage spectrale et à atteindre la peintresse.
Ok.
Mais apparemment, nous nous sommes trompés au sujet de cette dernière, qui est tout aussi prisonnière que nous. La vraie terreur se cache sous le monolithe.
She's the weakest paintress in her family because she doesn't like to paint. Ah, okay. Aline is the strongest. Okay, makes sense.
Tandis que j'avais pour tâche de retourner prévenir Lumière. Mais on dirait que je vais manquer de temps. Il ne me reste plus qu'à traverser la mer pour y arriver. Mais même avec mes puissants muscles, je ne suis pas sûr de pouvoir nager assez vite pour ne pas me faire rattraper par le gommage. J'ai donc décidé de coucher le plus important sur le papier. Musclez-vous. C'est la seule façon de sauver le monde. Et ne perdez pas votre temps avec la peintresse. Allez directement sous le monolithe.
That's actually fucking hilarious. I love that. And I love that that's like right before the super serious somber moment at the end. And you get that little hint of world building. It reminds me, like, I can just imagine the Expedition 60 being like that scene in Full Metal Alchemist where is it Armstrong meets the butcher guy or the lumberjack, I forget, and they just have like this scene where it looks like they're gonna be fighting each other, but then they like respect each other's muscles and they like almost tear up. Oh, hello. That face is so lifelike, it kind of scared me for a second there. Incredible. I love these undulating waves of, I guess they're meant to be paint, I'm not sure, but whatever they are. Let me just check if there's anything up here. Anything over there? Ah, what the hell was that? Little camera glitch, no big deal. Oh, here we go, yeah, I'm glad I checked.
Parfait.
Oh, beautiful, wow. That's gorgeous. The lighting is incredible. Oh, and the ceiling. Wow. This game just keeps fucking stunning with its visuals. This actually looks quite similar to an opera house that I went to a couple times in Italy. Feels very lifelike, but also larger than life, if that makes any sense. Excuse me.
Excellent.
Just wanted to savor it for a moment. Ooh. Hi, friend. Can I shoot these things down? No, probably not.
Des névrons de l'île des Accents. Qu'est-ce qu'ils fichent ici?
Tout comme les accents, ce sont les créations de papa.
Right, the Axons are Renoirs. Bersto's an excellent painter, but as you say here, he preferred music. Right, so you have to have, like, not just be born into the family, you actually have to practice and have an affinity for it. That makes sense. Here's a random question for you. If you could paint, like, the Descendre family, would you? And would you paint? Do you think you would spend a lot of time inside the world that you painted after you painted it?
Faites les adieux. En garde.
I'm trying to think about what my own answer to that question would be, and honestly, it's tough. I feel like the power, essentially the power of God, right, to create an entire universe, even though the universe might have smaller bounds than ours, with creating sentient life, creating a place where like conflict and love and death and war and pestilence and joy and everything else about life can happen is such a dire responsibility that I would be very hesitant to do so. Like, it sounds really cool. Like, you can create whatever kind of custom world that you want and do whatever you want with it. But also, like, these are like real living sentient creatures that you're gonna be, or like people, humans that you're making. Like, to me, it doesn't matter if they're like painted humans, they're just humans, right? And so, like, I don't know. I think if I did, it would be like an extreme responsibility that I would have to consider very carefully. If you could paint a world and create life, yes, you do it in a heartbeat and create a world that isn't like the one we live in. That's understandable, yeah. I think I would feel inclined to do so too. I think I would just be, maybe this is speaking to my self-confidence or something. I don't know, maybe I should tell my therapist about it, but like, I feel like, I don't know if I would like be worthy of a world that I created all by myself, you know? Not to get into a religious thing or whatever, but like,
Maël?
Allons-y.
I think we were talking about this a little while ago, right? That like, somebody, I don't remember who said this quote, but there was a quote that I heard from somebody that like, anybody who actually wants to be president probably won't be a good president. Maybe it was a stand-up comedian, maybe it's like Louis C.K. or George Carlin or something, because like in order their point was, in order to have the sort of personality where you could view yourself as somebody who deserves to lead an entire country, you would have to have such an ego that it would mean that you wouldn't be the right person anyway. I don't know if that's like, there's probably a lot of room for debate there, but I definitely understand what he was saying. Like, you know, somebody who has all of that power should be somebody who is probably not going to be ego driven and is going to put other people first and be willing to sacrifice and like put the people first, etc. And like, the sort of person who would have the ambition and drive to make it to being president might not, like, that sort of personality might not correlate with the sort of giving, empathetic, kind, charitable person that you would really want in that position of power. And so I think about also like, I realize that like I've created a like kind of talked myself into a corner where I was about to say like, I think anybody who is like, yes, I could totally create a world and I could definitely do a better job, like, might be a little naive or at least a little too idealistic, and that would be dangerous. But that's a judgment that I'm applying to myself, and I think that basically it's like a Rorschach sort of, in that it like, it's revealing more about like my own view of what I would do with my own capabilities than a real judgment of anybody else. So I don't know. I have like surprisingly really complex feelings about it. I have to think. It's a really interesting question. Honestly, you know, I'd love to hear people debate it. Like, I'd love to hear like actual debaters, not like Naruto debaters, have a conversation about whether or not it's ethical to create like a micro universe. You know what I mean? Maybe you should. But yeah, I think, not to say that I don't think that you would be good at. I think of all the people that how can I say this? Like, based on the strength of character that you have, I think if I had to pick somebody to make a painted world and to run it, and I had the choice of most presidents that we've ever had on the one hand, or the choice of like you and a couple of other people in my friend group who I think you'd get along with. Little bug there, not a big deal. Then I would say you'd probably do an excellent job. For me, I don't know. It's like I'd like to think I would be a good caretaker, but I don't know if I would actually be. I feel like I just brought the mood down. I didn't mean to, but anyway. Oh, hi, shiny friend. His name is Kribappa. I love him. Yeah. Of course, we gotta take time to fight him. We can't not. the dedication that these creatures have to like still being down to scrap even like during the apocalypse is admirable in its own way. Yeah, thank you. Full strength, 25% increased damage on full health. That actually would be really good for some of the other fights. I guess we'll just buy everything, right? Because we don't, no reason not to. Well, I guess we don't really need all that stuff. Lumina, Chroma Catalyst. Okay, I'll just... It kind of feels nice to top this off at 100 if we can. Okay, or 99 rather. Healing skills, light stain, and I might as well buy all this shit just to have it. 1 AP on stance switch. If stanceless, okay. I'm probably not going to use that. Sadon. On turn start game 1 shield. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, makes sense. This is definitely one that I want to, like, unlock the Lumina of.
Papa est quelque part, après les jardins.
Okay. What a beautiful spot for a final confrontation as well. Of course, with the Eiffel Tower in the background. Beautiful. What's this?
Intéressant.
That thing looks cool. I will say this is such a minor nitpick, it really doesn't matter, but I do wish they had either created new variations for or just outright turned off the oh, I hadn't realized that she was sustaining them. Makes sense though. That they had just turned off the those little voiceover clips, because like with everything going on with the drama and everything in the story, for them to be like they're stealing themselves for this final fight, like all of the emotions and everything that have been kind of building up this entire time have come to a head, and like they're preparing for this dramatic confrontation. They might all die, and they're just like picking up like silver dollars off the ground and being like, oh, interesting, like you know, it's a little much. I think the easy solution would just be to like turn it off when you get to this part. I say that though, but like anytime you introduce like a change to a system like that, even if it seems really minor, there's always going to be bugs and edge cases. And like I said before, this game is just so dense, and like the quality bar is so high so consistently that the fact that they didn't have time or chose not to, or whatever, like that was an oversight or a choice, I don't know, but like that's never going to really detract, you know, like I'm never gonna really count that against the game at all. But it does, like, for me, to be honest, it does kind of reduce the atmosphere a little bit, and it's like it's just one of those things where teeny tiny changes can have a remarkable impact on the overall experience, in my opinion. But I've also... Okay, good, we get to find another one of them. I've also kind of had to do a little bit of introspection on this recently, because there's a couple of things at work that like to my perspective, there are issues with this game I'm working on, and I've called them out as being like big problems, and I do think that there are big problems. And I think that I have very solid evidence for why they're big problems and they need to be solved. But when I bring this up to other people, I have been consistently told that I'm kind of like, not everybody has been this direct or this rude about it, but essentially, like, it's the fact that it's my personal special interest doesn't mean that that actually supersedes anybody else's opinion. And so, so I'm torn. Like, on the one hand, I'm like, well, I feel like after insert number of years here, so as not to dox myself, like, of being in the games industry, I've earned the right to say, like, no, I actually do have these convictions that are based on experience and knowledge. There was a time when I was a junior and really just should have always deferred to superiors or whatever, perhaps, but that time is long past. I'm going to make mistakes, but also, like, I know what I'm talking about. I have the evidence and the data. But then if, like, I'm the only one and 10 other people are all saying that it's not the case, there's a part of me that's like, well, shit, like, maybe I'm being too arrogant. Maybe I need to respect my peers and not be dismissive of their shit. So it's genuinely been a challenge because I don't want to be arrogant and I don't want to, dismiss the genuine input and feedback of other people that are my peers, my colleagues. But also, like, I need to figure out when and where I should be putting my foot down and, like, what lines in the sand to draw, and, like, when to, I guess, be more assertive about it, which is really difficult sometimes. I think at the end of the day, though, I really hate to admit this, but, like, yeah, so fucking cool. I love you, Monaco. That after a certain point, it's kind of like, also, one way or another, factually speaking, if people aren't going to listen, like, once you've said your piece, once you've advocated for what you believe in, there's only so much you can do. And so basically, if I'm like, hey, you guys need to, like, let me make up an example, right? Like, you guys need to put in this accessibility feature into the game, and if you don't, it's a real problem, and we're falling behind, and you're excluding gamers, and it sends a terrible message. This is not the particular issue that I had, but, like, this is something that has come up for a colleague of mine. And so you ask your direct supervisor, they don't listen. You ask a producer, they don't listen. You run it all the way up to the chain of command, and you get as high as you possibly can without creating problems for your team. And then they say, no, we're not going to do it. Like, what do you do at that point? You basically get told, if you keep making noise about this, like, you're going to get fired. So, like, part of me wants to say, well, fuck it. Like, if I give up now, then it's definitely not going to change. So if I have to lose my job over it, then so be it. Like, somebody needs to take a stand. But then also, like, I need the money, I need income. I need to take care of my family. And also, if I get fired, I'm not in the company and I won't have any chance to do anything anymore. So where do you draw that line? Like, what counts as self-preservation versus giving up? What counts as, like, cowardice versus, she looks so fucking cool. Cowardice versus acquiescence. And honestly, this comes up in the Naruto community as well. Like, it's a very different arena, obviously, but I've run into this constantly with the the self-doubt and being like, well, should I continue to push this issue? How far should I continue to push it? Like, maybe I'm the odd one out. Maybe I just don't get it. And frankly, I'm kind of fucking fed up with the look. Like, I'm definitely gonna own my own mistakes and the limitations of my own knowledge. But, like, over the past year or two, I've done my due diligence. I've done a lot of research. I've found out that people have been lying to me and to community members, both at work and at in the Naruto stuff. And So, because I'm just going to be totally blunt here, because those lazy, cowardly assholes didn't want to actually put in the time to do things right themselves, it was easier and more convenient for them to just be apathetic and to gaslight other people than to do the work themselves. They cause all of this like internal frustration and self-doubt for the people that they'd rather not deal with. And frankly, it's fucking gross. I don't even think that they're like aware of it. Because how could they be without being mind readers? But that's the net like byproduct is if you're apathetic and you're incurious and you're detached and other people come to you with like concerns, or try to collaborate with you, try to help fix things, and your response is no, 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 you're the problem, and then like you're there's a difference between being like, I have heard you, I understand, and this is why we can't do this, and on the other hand, like gaslighting and saying, oh no, there never was a problem and you're stupid for bringing it up, like that kind of shit. It's just like so like retroactively embarrassing. And like, frankly, I think that's why last month was really hard for me, because I was just so fed up with all that and I had to figure out what I'm going to do with it. And I think I made my peace with it, but yeah, it took a minute to kind of process. That being said, let me see. Sorry says, "Oh no, I wouldn't run it. I'd let the fragment of my soul stay there and keep the world alive, but I wouldn't intervene in anything unless I absolutely needed to, because, like, they won't need me. They'll have each. Oh yeah, that makes sense. They'll have each other, humanity helping humanity, because when you take that out of their hands, they aren't living. They're being kept. If they're being assholes about it, then that's a them issue. So interesting. So like, let me pose to you a hypothetical. Let's say you create the painted world, right? And there's a population of 1 million people, and you leave it alone for 10 years. The population grows to 10 million, and 9 million of those people have grown to hate 1 million of those people and are about to commit genocide to them. Would you stop, like, hop into the painting and stop them from doing that and save uh, the 1 million? And if so, would you make yourself known and be like, hi, oh, fucking awesome. Maybe this is a conversation we'll have later on Discord or something, because I don't want to ruin the whole uh vibe or whatever. But yeah, I'm curious. Like, if you're God, right? Like, at what point do you intervene and say, okay, no, bad humans, go back in your corner. You need a little discipline, and like actually, uh, not like bring the plagues of Egypt, but try and like tidy things up a little. Oh, the asshole thing was in regards to your work. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's just the problems spill over and cause more problems for other people. Um, but yeah, you're right. It's not my fault if they decide to act like that. Only so much I can do, right? Is the volume okay? Let me know if you can still hear stuff on the game side. I mean,
Papa,
oh yeah, it's coming through. My meters are just kind of messed up.
Alicia,
écoute. Je veux juste que tu comprennes ce que ce tableau représente pour moi.
oh mais je comprends. Je sais à quel point cette sensation peut être puissante et addictive. Combien il est facile de s'attacher à ces mondes dans lesquels on met tout son cœur et toute son âme. J'ai connu ça, et j'ai failli en mourir.
Ce n'est pas pour ça qu'il faut détruire le tableau de Verso.
Ma fille, crois-tu vraiment que j'en ai envie? Après tous les chagrins que nous avons endurés, crois-tu réellement que je veuille détruire tout ce qui reste de son âme?
Alors ne le fais pas. Ne le fais pas.
La vie nous impose des choix cruels. Je le fais parce qu'il le faut.
Le chagrin peut souvent nous aveugler, et il nous pousse à faire des choix que l'on finit par regretter.
Vous pleurez deux personnes.
Je les pleure tous.
Les choix des parents laissent des traces indélébiles chez leurs enfants. Mais au bout du compte, c'est leur voix intérieure qu'ils devront écouter. Ce n'est pas à vous de définir les limites de leur existence.
Yeah. I hear you, but I'm not listening. Yeah.
Après l'incendie, tu voulais que je retrouve la joie de vivre. Et j'ai essayé. Mais j'ai pas pu. J'ai pas pu. Verso est mort à cause de moi. Comment voulais-tu que je retrouve la joie?
Mon ange, ça va s'arranger, je te le promets. Mais pas de cette façon. Tes amis disent vrai. Mais ça ne change rien. Tu peux me haïr, mais je n'ai pas d'autre choix. En tant que père, je dois veiller sur toi. Et surtout, quand tu en es incapable.
Tu me traites comme une enfant de 5 ans!
Je te traite comme si l'ombre du pire jour de notre existence allait te faire suffoquer et t'arracher toi aussi à nous! Assez. J'ai dit assez.
Oh god, that music cue is so fucking good. It's not your choice, you're a parent, not a dictator. Yeah, more parents ought to internalize that notion. Parents should play this game. Ah, nice. You know that expression, every frame a painting. It's like this game was made to exemplify that. Beautiful final battlefield. Or I'm assuming final. Oh, okay. Oh. Whoa, cool. I didn't even notice that in the background. That's so fucking cool.
Cette folie doit cesser. Il est temps de rentrer à la maison. J'adore relever des défis, mais là, ça commence sérieusement à m'agacer.
Merde. Il s'est encore régénéré. Peut-être qu'on devrait d'abord s'occuper des actions.
Little ludonarrative dissonance here.
Non, elle ne peut pas.
Yeah, I was curious to what extent people on the outside can see what's going on inside the canvas.
Aline, tu vas finir par te tuer. Il est trop tôt pour que tu puisses revenir dans un tableau.
Oh, wow. Oh, don't crash? Okay. Oh my god, the drama just keeps ratcheting up. I love it. Is she gonna gomage the fucking Axon? Yeah, nice. Well, not exactly, but still. And this feels like JRPG final boss music too, while still keeping the identity. Don't you better not fucking run, Verso. Oh, the blade is like a paintbrush as well. That's so fucking cool. Okay.
À toi de briller. Comment peux-tu être aussi égoïste? Aline!
You're one to talk. Oh, cool, he buffed himself and restored himself a little bit too, with his like glowing Okay, well, suddenly I'm not so concerned about this battle. I'm surprised I did so little damage, honestly. I don't think it's gonna matter all that much. Wow, he's already broken. Okay. This is healthy. Slight overkill, but hey, if it gets the job done. Honestly, I'm seeing a little bit of like potential ambiguity in the morality here that I want to study more, which I appreciate. Beautiful. That's so cool. All the flower petals going in every which way. I read your responses about the catastrophe and stuff like that. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. Like, I would definitely need to intervene. But I understand the implications for free will. But yeah, like, I don't buy those things about, like, oh, God has to let terrible, horrible things happen because otherwise we couldn't have free will. Like, no.
C'est ta mère qui est venue me sauver la vie lorsque je me suis égaré dans un tableau. Elle m'a appris à utiliser notre don sans aucun risque. À m'envoler tout en évitant de me brûler les ailes. Nous avons peint plusieurs centaines de mondes, repoussant ainsi les limites de la création. Et jamais elle ne m'a laissé oublier que chaque jour que nous passons ici a un prix. Pourtant,
Well, I mean, I understand his concern, I guess, but also it's like, it's Maya's life if she wants to spend it in here. Like,
en ce qu'elle m'a
it's not like she's stuck in a VR world with like fake people. Like, these are real humans with real
Ceci n'est pas
lives.
un jeu. Tu penses savoir ce qui est en jeu, mais tu te trompes.
Je sais très précisément ce qui est en jeu. Tu veux tout contrôler, avoir le sentiment de faire quelque chose d'utile. Tu n'as pas pu sauver Verso, alors tu veux nous sauver, nous. Sauf que tu as tort. Détruire le tableau ne nous aidera pas à avancer. Ça nous privera du seul endroit où nous nous sentions bien.
67 ans. 67 années. Prisonnier de ce monolithe. Mais j'ai persévéré. J'ai persévéré. Et tu sais pourquoi? Sais-tu pourquoi je suis incapable de vous abandonner, elle et toi? Ceci est ce que je vois chaque jour. Je n'en peux plus de devoir vivre entouré de morts vivants. Depuis l'incendie, notre famille s'est effondrée. Aline, dans le tableau. Cléa, menant sa guerre solitaire. Toi, un fantôme, vivant. La mort de Verseau nous a brisés. Je veux que ce soit réparé, il faut à tout prix, je ne peux pas te perdre, toi aussi.
Tu ne vois pas que c'est ce que je ressens pour eux. Moi non plus, je ne veux pas les perdre. J'ai déjà tant perdu. Papa, comprends-moi. J'ai tant perdu.
Oui. Nous avons tant perdu, tous les deux.
Papa. Toi non plus, je ne veux pas te perdre. Je ne te quitte pas à jamais. Juste pour quelque temps.
Je voudrais te croire, mais...
Tu peux.
Je laisserai une lumière pour toi. Puisses-tu trouver la paix. Prenez soin l'un de l'autre.
Verseau.
Pardonnez-moi. Not saying much because I'm just kind of absorbing everything. Can I just go back? I was wondering if they were gonna do like a Dark Souls 1 ending thing. Let's see. 67 years. Damn it, that fucking shit. And you spent longer in other canvases, but this time you spent the time fighting your wife. I wonder why she's weak. Stop gaslighting. The journals literally exist. I think he's just been broken, honestly, is what it feels like based on what I've seen so far. It's all about what you want. I fucking hate it so much, like part of like son denying others. There it is, betrayal again. Well, I mean, at least he acquiesced to her in the end. Like, at least he was willing to kind of let his guard down or whatever, to let go when it counted, you know. There's another beautiful arena. I don't understand how Verso betrayed again. I guess I don't really understand what he's doing. But I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Salut. Tu es fatigué de peindre, pas vrai? Oui, moi aussi.
C'est... Tu ne devrais pas pouvoir être ici.
Cadeau de maman.
Pourquoi tu y es entré? C'est dangereux pour toi ici.
Vois les choses telles qu'elles sont. Pas comme tu voudrais qu'elles soient.
Quoi?
Tu as menti. À ton père.
Non, non...
Lui aussi l'a vu. Mais il voulait y croire. Tu vas mourir ici. Pourquoi ne pas t'en aller? Tu peux toujours revenir.
Parce qu'à la seconde où je pars, papa effacera cette toile.
Ta vie vaut plus que ça.
Mais quelle vie? Une vie seule, enfermée dans une coquille vide, bâillonnée et sans avenir.
Tu es Maël, où que tu sois. Tu n'as pas besoin de cette toile.
Mais tout ce que je veux est ici. Ici, j'ai une chance de vivre Verso. En dehors, je ne fais qu'exister.
La vie nous impose des choix cruels.
Arrête de citer papa.
Il est temps d'arrêter de peindre.
Verso. Papa a dit aussi. Prenez soin l'un de l'autre.
Pardonne-moi.
Okay. Oh. I wasn't expecting that. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to come back here for sure, but I won't. I'm very curious. This is what I would probably pick out of morbid curiosity if I were on my own, but I'm not gonna do that to you, Saria. So let's just do my L. I mean, I was kind of expecting that. So he was trying to...
Alicia, je t'en supplie.
Never mind. I'll just see what happens.
Empêche-le de peindre.
Ne dis pas ça. Je t'en prie. Ne dis pas ça.
Fais-le, je t'en supplie. Efface-moi. Efface-moi.
Verso,
Pitié. Je ne veux pas de cette vie.
non, arrête de dire
Je
ça.
ne veux pas de cette vie. Je ne veux pas de cette vie.
Tout ce que je voulais, c'est qu'on puisse la vivre ensemble. Cette vie qui nous a été volée. S'il te plaît, grand frère, je t'en supplie.
Je ne veux pas de cette vie. Aide-moi. Aide-moi.
Si tu pouvais vieillir,
I have so many questions.
est-ce que tu trouverais une raison de sourire?
I think I should probably bring up the volume after that. What the? Who's that? Is that supposed to be young Verso? What the fuck? I'm sorry, I just wasn't ready to see him like that. Oh no, that's her. Okay, that's her husband that Maya brought back. And was that her child then? That's not Kid Velso. I think this is the bad ending. I'm very conflicted about this. Well, that's why I said I think. Sorry, I'm not sure. Not that it has to be. Well, that's the thing. Like, it's not like. It's not that there's a good or a bad ending. It's just that there's like a. It's a tragedy, one way or another, right? Like a Greek tragedy. That was not a happy ending. It's not like unilaterally good, is what I'm trying to say. So just saying the bad ending or the good ending, I was being like too simplistic, too glib about it, for the sake of brevity. But yeah, I feel very morally conflicted, and I think that's the intention. So it is a good ending, but it's not necessarily a happy ending, which is good, even though it's not good. Hopefully that makes some sense. God, even the credits are fucking gorgeous. Like, come on, guys. You're making everybody else look bad. Stop. It's embarrassing. How are we supposed to make video games when you guys are doing this shit? Okay. Rant incoming. One of the biggest issues I have with people when talking about the ending of Expedition 303 is that so many of these people are under the assumption that framing is some moral truth. Then there's this idea floating around that because Verso's ending is presented with color, music, or a superficially sweet tone, that somehow makes it morally superior, even the good ending. Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. I generally do not give a flying fuck how pretty the game packages his conclusion. Verso lies to everyone for the entire narrative, manipulates every person he interacts with. Yeah, so that's interesting. Like, if, shout out to all of these wonderful humans, by the way. So if, the story of, what's that show called, Death Note, ended after the resolution of the conflict between L and, Light, that would, no matter how it's presented, no matter how dramatic the music and how beautiful the credits are or whatever, it's not, the framing of the artistry around it doesn't make what's happening any less grodier, right? Like, that victory, so to speak, isn't really a victory despite the way that it's presented, and we have to know how to, like, how to see through the veneer to understand it better, right? You don't have to answer if you just want me to discover it by myself, but, like, I'm guessing Simon, I still haven't run into anybody named Simon, and Simon seemed like he was going to be a pretty big deal from that one screenshot that I saw, so gonna have to go back and poke around a little bit more, I guess. I thought Andy Serkis was in this for some. Okay, yeah. I didn't want to look it up because I didn't want it spoiled for me or whatever. Okay, so Saria says, we don't fucking know them at all. I care about Luna, I care about Gustav, I care about Ciel, I care about Noko, Monoko, Eski, and Mael. That's who I care about. Yeah, I agree with you there. Speaking of Mael, the Mael we play for the majority of the game is effectively her own person until the end of Act 2, and even in Act 3 with her memory, she's not the same Alicia as she once was. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, if she's growing up as her own independent entity, then she would be forming her own memories, she's developing in her own way, so she's effectively her own person. When entering the painting, which she was when entering the painting, this is her home now. She loves this world because she basically was a god living among men without knowing it and values these people. It's like a Greek myth. Yeah, when I said bad ending, I should have said like a Greek tragic ending, I think. Meanwhile, which doesn't mean that there's no like satisfying conclusion or whatever, or that it isn't good in other ways. It's just like, it's not like everything is tied up in a neat bow and everything is morally clear, right? So the good the goodness is I don't know, it's morally gray, it's ambiguous, right? Which I like. At least that's my interpretation. Meanwhile, Verso, Alicia, Claire, and one version of Renoir aren't even the originals. They're painted. The actual Descendre family maybe gets an hour of total screen time. A few scenes of Maëlle in the final act, a brief moment with the original Renoir, and a tiny bit of Aline. That's it. It's not enough time, not enough characterization, not enough emotional groundwork for the audience to genuinely care about them beyond the most surface level sympathy. It genuinely is insane to me that even in gaming, people go to extreme lengths to justify genocide. So yeah, just to be clear, that's not what I was saying. I don't even know if you're saying that that's a response to me or just the community in general. I'm not at all justifying genocide. I'm saying, like, just to be very fucking clear. But like, what I will say, not even any but. I think that it seems like the fate that Verso gets at the end is almost like a punishment of. It reminds me of Loki a little bit. Loki's is more extreme, like getting trapped in the cave with the acid and all that, but at the same time it feels like something out of that, right? The family does not receive a happy ending where everything's tied up in a bow. It's still actively dealing with trauma, and the world that they're in is tinged with trauma, right? I think that makes sense. But no, I don't justify what Verso is gonna do by any means. Let's see. And what little we do learn about them doesn't paint. I think the pun was a little intended there. It doesn't paint them as particularly great people. Maëlle, though, I support her 100%. She's the least morally dubious person in the family. Yeah, it seems to me like maybe at the end she broke a little bit and then tried to hold herself together and the world and like all this responsibility all at once. And it's like, is there really a good answer to that? There's probably... What the fuck is a cumbus? Wait. Trombone, vibraphone, and cumbus. I need to look that up. But yeah, like, is there any kind of like real, unequivocally perfect solution to that? I don't. Oh, it's like I see. Cool. The stringed musical instrument. Turkish. I gotta check that out. Like, all things considered, like, any lesser person would have been completely broken by everything that happened and all the loss that she went through. So yeah, it's unfair, it's cruel what she experienced. And for her to want to try to create some kind of positivity out of that, to grasp onto something, you know. Oh, yeah, they named the dog Monaco. I'm so happy. That's the happy ending right there. That's the good ending. Monaco and Freya. And the fact that they even included production dogs, that makes me love them even more. I mean, come on. These guys are fucking great. Sandfall. Verso, each in their own way, are willing to play God, Renoir, and Aline. Hardly come across as morally pristine either. No, for sure. Yeah. Renoir cares more for his wife than his children, which is kind of messed up. And Aline made a painted copy of her daughter, and instead of making her healthy, made her suffer, and doesn't allow her to put paintings on the wall because they're not good enough. Everyone in the family blames her for Verso's death. Oh, this is really beautiful. I'm like tearing up a little bit. It's beautiful. And Ali made a painted copy of her daughter, and instead of making her healthy, made her suffer, and doesn't allow her to put paintings on the wall because they're not good enough. Everyone in the family blames her for Verso's death. She's a child. There's a strong argument that the Descendre family as a whole is composed of people who make deeply questionable choices, and the idea that a personal tragedy automatically transforms them into sympathetic figures is far from convincing. A family being upset does not erase the harm they caused or the selfishness. Renoir and Verso killed an entire universe worth of humans. Look, both endings are miserable. Well, I don't want to know anything about the other ending because I haven't seen it yet, but obviously the fact that it makes nothing more than a shift in tone. Okay, I'm actually going to skip that because I don't want to know anything about the other ending just yet. But more about the state of media literacy in general. Framing does not dictate reality. Politicians use framing. Yeah, I don't even want to say that motherfucker's name out loud. I can't wait till I'm out of my NDA because Trump, I just said his name, Trump was sort of kind of involved in something that I was working on, and it made me fucking sick, and the company that I was working on didn't do anything about it, and it is really morally reprehensible, and I got wrapped up in this thing that I'm still extremely fucking mad about, but I can't say anything right now. So, you know, in a couple months, I'll be able to talk more about it. The same set of facts can... Oh, Superman the Ultimate... yeah. No, yeah, I understand. The way that he's framed, he's superimposed himself into a variety of different situations that he has no business being in, and I can neither confirm nor deny that maybe one of those was directly related to something I was working on, and it was really, really, really upsetting to see the way that was handled, or rather not handled. I can talk to you about it on DM actually, but I probably shouldn't say anything on stream until a little while has passed. But yeah. Yeah, it's the whole thing. Still upset about it. The same set of facts can be presented in dozens of different ways to get an audience to feel a certain way, and it's our job, not the creators, to think critically about the underlying material. Sandfall has literally said multiple times that there is no objectively... Oh, okay, yeah. So I was probably a little too glib or whatever with that. I apologize if so. And we're supposed to think critically about it. That's kind of how I felt. Like, I have more questions than anything, and I just want to, like, take a long time and kind of just, like, study everything and reflect on it. And, you know, I have to obviously go do the side content. There's obviously stuff that I haven't experienced or figured out. What I don't want to know anything about Simon. I don't know anything about who he is or how he's involved in the story. I have no idea who that character is. But the screenshot I saw looked like a very... I can only vaguely remember, but it looked like a very, very important place. And Simon seemed to look like somebody with a massive fucking, like a giant sword. So I'm guessing that there's still at least one other super mega ultra boss that I haven't found yet. In which case, you know, there's more for me to unpack here. And I still don't, like, I'll be honest with you, you've done such a great job of explaining the story to me, but some of it still isn't clicking. And I think it's because I played it over such an extended period of time, and a lot of the, like, individual moments and fragments have kind of slipped through the cracks in my brain. So the next time I have some holiday time to actually just spend with a game, taking it slowly, I'm probably gonna oh, that's kind of cool. If I spam the run button, you can kind of make him do like an old-fashioned staggered animation. That's actually really funny. But yeah, you know, some of this is just gonna have to come from my rumination and reflection, and that's kind of what it kind of reminds me of, like, Nier Automata, or like any of the Nier games, right? Like, I think those games, their endings are more clear, like less ambiguous, but also they're tinged with a lot of some of them are kind of confusing, but they're tinged with a lot of ambiguity as to, you know, what went down and could have gone down another way. Actually, the Elden Ring DLC is probably a great example of that. I don't want to talk about it in detail for anybody that might be spoiled by it, or might have it spoiled for them. But yeah, it's like it's very analogous, I think, because the world in which it takes place is also a sequestered, separated world with its own, like, internal ecosystem and logic and stuff like that, and it carries the remnants of a lot of past trauma. And the way that I guess I'll just say, my interpretation of the story is that the way that somebody tries to heal the trauma is very similar in some regards to what Renoir is doing. Different motivations, different connections to other characters in the story, but it's essentially like, I'm taking control of this because nobody else can. I'm the only one who can see the solution here. Look at how much I'm sacrificing. Look at all of these, like, look at my amazing acts of martyrdom that I'm doing here. And because I'm a martyr, and because I'm, you know, making these sacrifices, you know, basically nobody else has the right to tell me that I'm wrong. And, like, I will do whatever I feel like I need to do or want to do to get my shit across. Speaking about Mikola, now Mikola, I think, is a well-motivated character. He genuinely wants to do well, but he's so consumed and possessed by his particular vision of what that means. And I think also he's let the power of being portrayed and elevated to the status of this savior figure kind of go to his head, that he lost the plot and really, you know, yeah. Without getting further into it, I don't want to like spoil anything, but yeah. So I'm seeing some parallels there. And I think that's kind of it, right? We're supposed to sit with it. We're supposed to chew on it for a while and see how we feel about it over time, as opposed to just being like, this is the good ending, this is the bad ending, these are the bad characters, these are the good characters. Like, these are all complex, nuanced, traumatized people that, you know, are clearly trying and failing to process. Trying and like failing / succeeding to different extents to process their trauma in a very complex and very dire situation. So, some doing better than others, perhaps. Saria says, this isn't towards you, but it's just something you've been fighting in the community for a while, because like people even try to paint Mael as a evil dictator. Like, no, she made him mortal, he can die. Oh yeah, okay, that makes it add more sense. She just refused to fucking murder him. See, I got the impression that he was being like puppeted essentially in that last scene. That's why I want to kind of think about it some more. It felt to me like he really didn't want to be there and didn't want to be playing that piano, and almost like the implication was that he was being like controlled and forced to do it. So that's why I was like, something feels off here. And hey, maybe that's his like Tantalus style punishment or whatever for his sins, you know. But I the juxtaposition of like the beautiful, happy, collective that Mael has created and amassed, or like gathered for herself, then, you know, there's this brother that she wanted to have a close connection to and had been working to achieve that over the course of the story, and, you know, getting a chance to see him do what he loves, play music in front of people and perform, something that's been like emphasized and established throughout the story. But when it actually happens, he seems like he's in agony, like he seems extremely uncomfortable. And the fact that that's juxtaposed with Mael crying and then her face kind of crumbling, like, I haven't unpacked all the imagery there, but it definitely seems like the way that it kind of jumped out to me is that Mael isn't really happy, but she's trying desperately to make it work. And at the moment, it's coming at the expense of Verso. Or another way to look at it is like, she is happy, but she understands that her happiness has come at a dire cost, and that is also still troubling her. I think there's gray, and this is perhaps emphasized by, you know, the world literally going into shades of gray. So I have to think about it some more. I have to unpack it. And I think, honestly, if I were to be like, this is what this character is definitely feeling, and this is definitely good or bad, that would be kind of disrespectful, I think, to the amount of, like, for me in my position, to come to a conclusion right now would be, I think, not probably what the designers intended, which, to my interpretation, is for us to ruminate on it. So I hope that's aligned with your interpretation as well. They act like Mael's controlling Verso, and only Clair can do that. We have absolute fact in that. Yeah, that I kind of got the impression that that's what they were trying to sell with that scene. Like, it felt like he was being physically forced. So I have to think about that some more. If Mael doesn't, like, literally doesn't factually have that ability, then I wonder what's with his, like, body language and his eye contact and everything there. They act like the people that Mael brought back are fake, but they're not, because Lud and Ciel are proof of that. But they bend and twist her because it's harder to defend Verso. Because I think I understand. Yeah. So, like, I also wonder if this kind of runs into like the misogyny of, you know, female characters being rendered powerful. If you have you seen Lindsay Ellis's video on like the Game of Thrones, I think the specifically on like the ending of Game of Thrones, the thumbnail says Dragon Lady Bad, and it has a picture of Daenerys, and she explains much better than I'll be able to, but to try to vaguely summarize, she explains how, like, there's this trope in media where if a woman becomes powerful, eventually she'll go crazy and then have to be put down by a man. It's like the "look what you made me do" trope, I think it's called. So like the example that she gave was, I think Phoenix from X-Men, is a similar thing where she gets super super powerful and she's good at first, but then the power gets to her head because like, oh, a woman can't control this power, and then Logan has to put her down, and then at the end she's like, "Thank you, Logan. Thank you for killing me. It was the only way. Thanks for a man to come and like penetrate me with metal and take my life away and remove my agency. Thank you so much." And then like I think Lindsay was kind of arguing that the same sort of thing was going on with Daenerys, right? Like she used to be good, she used to be a savior, but when she really got the power, she couldn't handle it. She went crazy, and then it took, Jon Snow. Oh, I had to do this. I had to save you from yourself. I had to plunge my, pointy dagger into you and take away your power. There's no other option. You just couldn't be trusted with it, clearly, because you're in. It's like a whole thing. So I'm, this is one of the best games that exists, period, and it's certainly one of the best games to come out in a long time. And the fact that it has a very prominent, very strong, and not like token or not subservient to the male gaze female cast, I think is probably going to challenge a lot of people. And I think those people, the same people who were fucking screaming about there being a pronoun slider in Starfall or Starfield, whatever it's called, are going to be out here like in droves, like picketing and being like, trying to find all these ways to subvert the shit. It's like those fucking, and I do stress this, absolute fucking imbeciles who were trying to say that Silent Hill F was like contributing to moral degeneracy because it was anti-natalist, because the protagonist didn't want to be forced into an arranged marriage where her agency would be taken away and she would be, forced to marry an older man, like, and taken away from her home and live a life of subservience. Like, she maybe didn't want that. She was maybe scared of like forced pregnancy and essentially sexual assault, and imprisonment, and like, because she doesn't want that, then clearly the game is sending a propaganda message of like that's contributing to low birth rates in Japan, right? All these crazy stupid fucking misogynistic conspiracy theories, because they just like, frankly, they just couldn't handle there being an empowered female character who starts off weak and then gets stronger and then pushes back against patriarchy. They're so fucking terrified by that imagery. They're so fucking terrified of like what will happen if we start to act like it's okay for women to have power. Oh no, we might lose some of ours. Oh no, things might get a bit more equal. Like it's pathetic. It's so fucking bizarre and immature and like transparent as well too. Like it's not like they're hiding behind this veneer of pseudo intellectualism and like, oh no, we just have concerns. No, you fucking don't. They're fear mongering idiots, and it's really embarrassing. Like it makes me embarrassed to be a man when other men act like that, frankly. So I mean, like, obviously, I kind of apologize. I feel like I'm, like, bordering on mansplaining misogyny to you, which is not my intention. I'm just, like, what you said reminded me of the other instances of idiot man-baby misogyny that I've seen in games that I like as a spectator, in the industry itself. Just, like, it's a fucking pox, and the sooner it gets cured, if that's even possible, the better we'll all be. We can actually spend our time enjoying art instead of engaging in these fucking ridiculous, embarrassing diatribes. But yeah, not you and me and the fucking misogynist community. Jesus. Anyway, they bend and twist her because it's harder to defend Brazil. Yeah, like, so unironically, I think there's a large contingent of the gamer population that would rather side with a genocider than side with like a woman who has any amount of power and agency. Like, unironically, they're just so adverse to that, fundamentally, philosophically. It's really fucking weird. Saria then says, I wonder if this is because of the misogyny, John. There are people in this community who say the women in the game are all delusional and all. Well, of course, yeah. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here. I just like I get so fucking fed up with that because it's so pathetic and basic and transparent and like counterproductive, destructive, I would say, and it makes us all look bad, you know. So I don't know. It's very harmful. It's like it pisses me off. Not what you're saying. Just to be very, very clear, nothing that you said pissed me off. It's just like you reminded me of these deep-seated problems. Um, well, with that being said, I think we're at the over the 3-hour mark. We've come to one of the game's conclusions, and I think, in summary, you know, not to end this game on like an angry rant or whatever, but I do genuinely feel like I'm gonna spend more time sitting with this game, seeing how I feel about the story, about the characters, about the world. I still have some things that I need to figure out, and ultimately, it's gonna. I think I just screwed myself 1 second. Oh no, it worked. It's gonna take me a while to fully process everything that we've experienced here, but what we have experienced is a masterpiece. This game is hands down one of the best I've ever played. It does have some things that I chafed against towards the end, but even without having fully finished it and unlocked everything, not I'm confident in saying that this game deserves all the respect and praise and accolades that it got, and is like definitely one of my top 10. And I would recommend that anybody with a remote interest in the medium check it out. I'm gonna give some thought to the story and the lore. I think, Saria, I'll post a poll, and I will ask you personally as well if you want me to do the super bosses on stream. I'm definitely going to do them on my own. I don't know if you want to see me struggle through those, or if you would prefer if I upload like a highlights video or something. I'm not sure. But I want to thank you personally. I mean, like, you've been here with me on this journey for upwards of a year now. I wouldn't have played this game probably unless you had recommended it to me, and I'm so glad, so grateful that you did. Thank you for the encouragement, for the conversation, for the dialogue, for just encouraging the journey and being a part of it for so long. Thank you for sharing all your feelings and your passion and your insight with the characters and the world and everything. It's been an incredible journey. So you say you want to see me fight Simon because you know I love him. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'll tell you what. I will. I'll keep going on my own, and I'll grind up a little bit. I'll make myself a little bit stronger. I'll optimize my build to get up to 99, and I'll practice those other bosses to the point where I feel confident doing them on stream. And then if I happen to locate Simon along the way, I will not fight him. I will wait, and we can do it together on stream. Sounds good? So, with that being said, yeah, I have to think about what we're gonna do next week for a game. We could jump back in here and just keep messing with bosses and stuff, but pretty soon I'm gonna have to to pick up something else. Damn, I can't believe it. It's been like 6 months in the making, something like that. It's incredible. Yeah, so I'm just gonna sit and reflect for a little bit. I'm gonna process everything. But thank you, genuinely, sincerely, to you, Saria, and to everybody else who's stopped by, whether that's been for hours or even for seconds. Know that I appreciate you checking this out. Know that I appreciate your encouragement. I've received some very lovely comments and feedback, and every view, every little thumbs up has helped encourage me on the journey when like stuff in my life has been not great, or I've maybe not been in the mood for a stream or whatever. Just knowing that somebody out there is watching and paying attention and, enjoying the journey with me has been, it's just incredible. Like, genuinely, really, really cool that I get to share this with y'all. So thank you so much. And I will see you on Sunday for another Naruto stream. I think this Sunday, specifically, I'm going to talk about Deidara versus Sasuke, because it came up in a debate that I was listening to recently, and personally, I think it's a really interesting fight, just mechanically, and less responding to the debate itself, because, I don't have as much to say about the debate tactics or whatever, but just, like, looking at the fight closely, there's a lot that we can kind of glean about the way that storytelling is conveyed through combat. and the way that the characters are reflected in their actions and the choices that they make. It's a really, really fun fight to break down. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. And in other news, I have completed, I read through all 4 of the data books. I completed 3 of the 4 data sets. I'm working on the 4th one now. In doing so, I've come up with a couple of ideas for shorts that I'd like to kind of try to make while I'm working on the bigger video. But it's coming along. I think I'll be able to start writing the script, or like hopefully get the script done by the end of the month, and then, editing done by the end of next month, if everything goes well. And then I'll be making a couple little shorts in the meantime to kind of just make things, keep things productive. But yeah. Oh, there's like 10 people here. Welcome. Thank you so much for checking out the stream, as I said before. Really great to get a chance to share what has become one of my favorite games with you fine people. Thank you again, Saria. I think I'm kind of looping at this point. But yeah, I'll continue grinding up and polishing and refining my build and getting better at those bosses. And then maybe next week we can have one more shot at the super bosses. Sorry, I said Kishimoto dug in his bag to save Sasuke from Deidara because he would have gotten cooked. Not criticizing. I think it's great. He had so much lore. He was able to save his character without breaking the plot. Yeah, I really like the fact that both characters push each other like basically to their limits, and they both come so close to death, but they do so while still sticking to their principles. But I don't want to fully get into it. I'll get into that on Sunday. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and I'll see you Sunday night.